Friends, music fans, welcome back down to the one and only Clean Studios for another episode of the one and only Biscuits and Gravy podcast. And like my friend Max likes to say, we are coming to you live from the 5. And it's episode 47.
Pleasure to be here.
You know, there's kind of a beautiful symmetry to this because do you know what happened 40 episodes ago?
Enlighten me.
On episode 7, our first true blockbuster episode,
Okay.
our very good friend, ZPO joined us. And tonight,
Is he back?
on our 47th episode,
Oh, no.
we made him wait that long.
Damn.
He has made the very short trip back down here to Clean Studios for another blockbuster episode.
Let's go.
And you know what? You know what's really cool?
Yeah,
We actually didn't have live music when he was here last time.
this is true. We were
Yeah.
a shell of a production.
We shot the whole thing on an iPhone. But tonight, you get to hear a little taste of ZPO's music because he actually just dropped a project.
Thing was heat.
It's hot. And this is the first song off of it, the intro. So ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the former most photogenic baby and true OG of Roanoke music. This is ZPO with Try It Again. Enjoy.
ZP.
B&G, make some noise tonight. Hey, hey, hey. I know that God has a plan that I can't comprehend. Only thing I really know is go 100%. I've been embracing the L's and celebrating my wins. Cause every time I fell down, I had to try it again. I had to pick myself up, I was enduring that pain. Had my back against the wall with all the shit that I failed. It's just me, myself, and I, cause I'm the one who's at blame. Man, you gotta save yourself at the end of the day. I had to stand on that shit, my life depended on that. Lord knows that I'm a sinner, I'm admitting the facts. I used to whip the Toyota and put the smoke in the air. There's some people in my life I was hoping would care. It's all good that disappointment grew me into a man. Once I got that opportunity, I took it and ran. Try to walk in my shoes, but you won't understand. Hard body for real, I'm stepping like I got steel toe. Dropping back on you niggas, I'm playing like Jalen Milroe. You know I'm bringing that pain, but I go for the kill. That headshot by the bang, aim for your cerebellum. Cause I've been on that soldier shit, best believe I'ma tell them. Oh God, took it more serious, I just went harder at something they couldn't believe. If they walk out of my life, it's cool with me, no longer to please. My circle got smaller for real, and I had to realize it's not meant to be. It's crazy, I still rep the city, but I know some niggas who gave up on me. I know that God has a plan that I can't comprehend. Only thing I really know is go 100%. I've been embracing the L's and celebrating my wins. Cause every time I fell down, I had to try it again. I know that God has a plan that I can't comprehend. Only thing I really know is go 100%. I've been embracing the L's and celebrating my wins. Cause every time I fell down, I had to try it again. On God.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for a true OG of the Roanoke Rap game, Mr. ZPO. If you don't know about him, then I got one question. Where is that motherfucking rock you're living under? I'm serious. But you know what's up next. It's Biscuits and Gravy. We're going to get him on the couch. We're going to have another excellent round of chat. We got more music coming your way. Man, don't go anywhere.
Don't go.
Don't touch that dial. It's B&G.
Bah.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, that was incredible. ZPO, absolutely. We needed a performance from him. We didn't get one on the first one. And if you watch that 2-hour long behemoth, it's absolutely one of our classic episodes. But starting this episode off with a great song from ZPO was absolutely necessary. Of course, I'm Eric Reynolds, but you know that. You've got my poster hung up in your bedroom, and you kiss it every night before you go to bed. And
real personality.
To the right is Brighton Doglish. You thought about buying his poster, but you just didn't have enough room to hang it up, did you?
Too expensive.
Too expensive, and honestly, too risque.
This is true.
You shouldn't have worn that one-piece bathing suit.
Damn. I thought it looked all right.
No. Of course, Brighton Doglish, stream Hound Dog. If you don't, you're an idiot. And then over on the other couch joining us, our absolute super producer and employee of the month at Vans for like 2 months running now. Probably the best employee ever to work at any Vans store. Maxwell Clean. Owner operator of Clean Studios, the number one place to go for any of your recording needs. But of course, our guest for the evening, a fairly new Botetourt resident, but somebody that's definitely not new to the Valley's music scene, and somebody that you've been seeing and hearing perform for a very long time. This is Mr. ZPO. Joining us down here in Clean Studios. Like we said, 40 episodes.
Number 47 is officially ZP on
That's
BG Part 2. I want to just give a quick shout out. And Ron, if you could bring me in for this just one part right here, we're going to call this the Give Your Flowers segment. Go ahead. We're going to go ahead and give our flowers here.
Yeah.
I am giving my flowers to the BNG podcast. I am giving my flowers to Clean Studios. We talked about it earlier, but last time I was here, the production was nowhere near this level, and I'm just proud of everybody for putting in the work. I got to applaud the commitment and the dedication, because, look at all this shit in here. Like, y'all can't even see everything going on unless you really here. So it's a real production. It's a real opportunity. It's a blessing. So my flowers are on the damn couch. You got to some flowers too. Flowers for everybody.
Hey,
flowers
we can cheers. We can cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Big
Also,
time cheers
too,
to
flowers to Will. Shout out to my boy Will.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We can all
Get in here. Cheers. Get
Ron,
in
you
here.
got a drink?
Production
Handsome.
is in. Production
Handsome.
is in. Production is
Handsome.
in. Production is in.
This stuff right here, it takes like a lot of work. It takes a lot of dedication. I think, it's frustrating sometimes when we don't get the proper recognition for shit, because there's a lot that goes into this right here. All you got to do as the audience is just go on YouTube, click some shit real quick and watch it, but you don't know everything that had to take place, for you to watch it. So just, audience, if you're, listener of music, you watching a podcast, whatever you enjoy, consider that and take that into mind. It's a lot of shit that's got to happen for you to enjoy that. So
Yes, like, comment, subscribe, listen to the music, like the music, rate, do everything you can, engage. It's really helpful, especially if you enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, do that the most organic of social networking, and go tell somebody about it too.
facts, yeah.
If you like a song, share it with somebody. If you like the podcast, show it to somebody that shares the same sense of humor as you do, or the same music taste as you do. Because we got it all here at B&G.
Are we funny?
Sir. We're not funny, per se, but some people do find us amusing in kind of
I think that's right.
a clownish kind of way, I think.
So bad funny. Bad funny for us.
Bad funny for us.
Understandable.
That's okay though, because we got bad funny us, but we've got good music, and that's kind of how we counterbalance it.
Hey, look at Matt Rife,
Yeah,
They used to dog him a bunch, especially on like Wild 'N Out and stuff, but
that's true.
man taking over the world now, he found his lane, so.
That's true. He found his lane, becoming handsome.
I think
So
we're funny.
we could try that.
I think y'all are funny.
I think
too.
we're funny.
Yeah.
It's different on camera.
It's
It
way
is.
different.
It's definitely different on camera, because I think, I don't know. We watch where we're walking a little bit more.
You got
and
to.
like
You
and
got
everything.
to. The eggshells a
So,
little bit.
but I think as we grow, we're learning how far we can actually walk.
yeah.
So
As you can see, speaking of growth, Clean will be sitting in to make sure that we don't go off in any kind of crazy directions. He's already
supervision.
he actually sent over a 16-page PDF document listing all the things that we couldn't discuss.
this is true.
In pretty excruciating detail. And Yeah, a lot of things I can't say. I wouldn't say there's a gun to my head, but if clean roundhouse kick you, it would feel like you got shot by a gun. So
You aren't
see what
supposed to
I'm
say
up
that.
against. You see what I'm up against.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, that was page.
You know what?
That was
Get out.
page
Ron,
12.
you're in.
Yup.
Yep, I'm out and Ron's in. We gotta switch them up. Switch them up. Ron,
Already?
I'm getting sent to the bench.
Is this for real?
Yeah.
God.
Oh,
man,
oh
we
gosh.
are taking the bit serious. How far will we dive into this? Ron, is there anything you want to start with?
What's up, Eric? This is
I'm
the
gonna
new
be
Eric.
honest. What just happened?
Oh no.
This for
Well,
you
you see,
you
there
act
was
like
a-
this on this episode, bro. On this episode.
It is what it is.
We worked so hard. We got ZP back 40 episodes later, and
I signed it. Clean sent the document.
Yep.
He had a
Yeah,
list
you
of
signed
do's
it,
and
yeah.
don'ts.
Yep.
He had
And
a
was a don't.
guideline, and he overstepped. So
well, let's see what his notes say here.
The violation.
A lot of this is not good for television. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So the first track you just performed for us, stellar by the way.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Tell us about how that song came about, and just kind of like let's talk about the album. In general, bro. What's the thought process? Where does it come from? What's the inspiration?
So
You know.
basically, that song I just performed, like you said, is the intro of the project. The album, whatever you want to call. I sometimes I want to call stuff an album. By the way, I don't know if y'all feel like this, because when you say project, people are like, "What the fuck is a project? Like, what is that?"
Yeah.
And you know, I've literally like told people like, "Oh, go listen to my what is that? The album music?" So I just call it album just for easy purposes on social media.
Right.
But anyway, to dive into the details of it, that song I just performed. Like I said, it is the intro, but that's the last song I recorded for the project. It's crazy. The last song ends up being the first song on the project. But I was listening to everything that I had on the project, and as you already know, I like to rap. I don't really do a whole lot of like melodic stuff. That's just not really my lane. I can, and sometimes I do like to sing, but you know, I guess we're doing a switcheroo now. Ron's still listening. Shout out to Ron. Give yourself an applause real quick before you sit down.
I was trying to switch out while you were talking, so it would be like.
Nah, we're gonna bring this shit up. Nah, nothing's a secret.
Like movie magic, but no, there's you peek behind the curtain. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you good. So yeah, that was the last song that I recorded for the project, and like I said, I was just listening to everything on there, and I was like, damn, there's a lot of rap on here. Obviously, you know, I want to rap, I want to spit bars, I want to sound aggressive, I want you to really hear what I'm saying, and that's how, you know, that's just the aim, you know, for my music in general. But I was like, it would be cool to really have that intro that just like, you know, really set the tone and kind of just said, okay, like I wanted it to be something where you heard it and you're just like, oh damn, like what are you gonna get after this? And that's kind of what I got from that. When I was initially recording it, I didn't even think that, you know, I was just recording it, and then I was like, oh wow, it's really got that intro feeling to it, and I feel like everything on there kind of just told the story I had already told, you know, with all the other songs. So I really like that song, and honestly, I don't know if I've ever recorded a song like that. I've maybe got close to, you know, doing something like that, but I'm really proud of that song. I think it's a great intro. So
I really liked it. I think it
appreciate
set
you.
the perfect tone for the whole, like you said, it kind of like sums up the story almost of the whole thing. And I mean, like really incredible beat choice too. I think
it had that intro feeling, and I feel like it's important. A lot of times when like I go into projects, the intro usually comes last as far as the recording process, because I want to be able to reflect on the story I told, everything that I gave you, and then say, okay, let me sum it up and, you know, and tell y'all what's about to happen. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was, I hope you feel me. So
a little prologue.
Most people don't do the structure anymore. They just have like a collection of songs, so I can appreciate that.
I feel like the title, the words I never said, and just the substance and all the bars I was spitting on there, it had to be something that was meaningful. I didn't want to go into it, you know, on some bullshit, you know, they didn't really, because you got to think of it like this too. When you first go into a project, like a lot of the times people are only going to get those first 3 songs to listen. They're that's kind of like your trial period if someone's going to tune in or not. So you got to grab somebody's attention. I thought that was something to where, okay, this is kind of captivating me. Let me see what else is going on here. So
yeah. Speaking of that first 3 songs, I think song number 3 is the feature with yours truly, Brighton Douglas.
Yes, sir. Immaculate.
Immaculate.
Had a fun time making that.
Dude, talk to me about Immaculate. How'd that come together?
So I had heard that beat. We had already had like another beat that we were gonna do, but then I heard that one and I was like, damn, like this kind of like really sounds like more of like me and Breezy versus the other one, you know, that we initially had. And so I just laid something on there and he came through one day and he laid something, and it's just so easy for us to do those type of songs. I was telling you, like, it doesn't really take like a lot of like, oh, we got to do this and that and plan it out. Like it just, it sounded like a ZP Breezy. Yeah. And it was easy for him to do. And that's just, it was
we
what
spent
it was.
We spent what, 2 hours getting lit and 20 minutes recording?
Yeah, like we took more time, bro. Like anytime this dude comes over to my crib, we just like sit there and like we had football on. I tell
Wings.
him, yeah. Shout out to the food pussy. I'm sorry if that's a violation. This the food line.
Shout out to food pussy.
I don't want to get a violation.
He's talking about Food Lion.
Yeah.
That's what he calls Food Lion.
Food pussy.
Why?
Hey,
Nobody
those
knows.
words are not explicitly in Clean's agreement, so that's getting through uncensored.
It's the food pussy. But yeah, shout out to the Food Lion. You know, you can go get you a bag
Should be in that shit.
six wings for $5 in the bag. I don't know if you consider that cheap or expensive or not, but they're good little crispy,
They're good.
wings.
They're good.
So I tell Breezy, go ahead, pick up 2 of them and get some beer and let's put this game on, put the music on, and we have a good time.
We had a day.
I'll be
Yeah.
getting those wings too.
Yeah, in the bag, in the
bro.
The
bag.
food pussy,
Yeah.
as the kids
In
call
the
it,
food
actually
pussy.
has some of the best wings in the area, if you can believe it. A lot of people look at me funny when I say that, and to them I say, grow up.
Food Lion wings
Grow
are
up.
good.
Food line hot bar wings are always good, whether you go the sauced or the crispy route. And then they also sometimes have
both.
mac and cheese,
we did.
or mozzarella sticks, or the tater bombs on the side. And how could you go wrong?
Oh, it is the tater bombs in there too. Yeah, they do have
Tater
those.
bombs are
I
nice.
ain't never got the tater
One
bombs.
might say
but
the wings are immaculate.
immaculate wings.
Immaculate. Back to the
Crispy.
music.
We're a fast food pod, bro.
Sorry, we are a fast food pod, and I don't want to blow up my spot, but there is a gas station near me that has the best wings in Roanoke, and I'll stand by that,
that
right
one
now.
does?
Dude, the wingdings are fucking insane.
That
What?
shitty one
Yes,
right there.
Yes.
Hell nah.
No, when you catch the wingdings at the right time,
nah.
so fucking good.
What's your address and apartment number?
I'll tell you right now.
Oh, okay.
How about? I don't mean to get. Never mind. Never mind. We don't have to keep talking about wings.
So yeah, shout out to the Food Lion. Go down to your local Food Lion. You can either do the bag of the wings, you could do the self serve. They're hot and they're ready. They're good to go. So
Sponsored?
yeah, I mean, it might as well be. I go in there, bro. I go in there literally like.
Yeah, he does.
I go in there probably
yeah.
like 3 to 4 times a week. Probably each one time out of the week or whatever. I gotta re-up on the drink.
Yeah.
But I have been kind of annoyed lately because when I've been going, like they haven't had the wings, like the bag of wings that I like to get. So that's been kind of annoying me. But go in there, get you some drink, get something.
Get something.
What time you going in there? Because they stopped serving the wings out.
You gotta go. You gotta
It's
hit it
true.
early. Yeah, you
gotta
gotta
hit it early
because
I used to hit it right when I loaded the hot bar, so everything was dead fucking fresh.
Yeah, it's hot. So and in the little bag, when you get the bag of wings, they got like the heater?
Yeah,
It's under the heater.
they keep it under the heater. They
It's
used to have
all
the
hot.
chicken sandwiches there too, but they quit doing them.
They
I
had
used
the patties
to,
of
I
summer.
used to destroy
Yeah.
those.
They're gonna be
I
like,
used to
damn, this
destroy
dude's
those.
really being food like
No,
that.
because
Like,
I used to work right across the street there, so like that was like a go-to lunch
oh, that's
spot.
right. Okay, that you did.
Like I would, but before I moved, I'd ride my bike over there and get fucking wings from the hot bar and ride my bike back to my crib.
That is badass.
So yeah, Breezy came through with the wings, and we recorded the immaculate track.
Yeah.
It's part of the process for the project,
It
man.
was
tangent
It
that
is part
was.
of the process. So yeah, I really enjoy recording the project though. I'm trying to think. I started recording songs for that like probably in March or April, and you know, I had those collection of songs. I had probably like 4 or 5 more that I had maybe considered or whatever, but those are the 8 that I felt like were best told the story of what I was trying to tell. It's called Words I Never Said. I was just trying to be apologetic as possible, and I was trying to really say the words I've never said. I mean, I tried to make it to the point of that. You know, I'm always going to speak my mind and always going to keep it real, but I felt like this time I was really digging deep to stuff that like I really, really felt a type of way about.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like a lot of those songs, the topics are pretty evident too of
Yeah.
like what I'm trying to get at. I didn't think too much into it, but I just said what I needed to say. I really wasn't trying to go for like a whole bunch of, you know, it's got to be bars like this and I got to have a song like this or whatever. I just said what I needed to say. When I felt like it felt completed, that's when I was ready to
Yeah,
get it out.
I really like it. I think it's some of my favorite writing that you've done, just top to bottom on a project. I think it really tells a complete story. I think there's some real like raw stuff in there too, like some real true shit. Like, you know, and that's one of the things that I admire about you as a rapper. Like you're somebody that's literally always talked about shit that you know is close to you, is just true to you. And
you have to, bro, and like you gotta like keep your credibility at the same time. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I know who my audience is, and I know for the most part who's listening to me. So like, I want to like say some shit that like people can like actually relate to, and they like, oh, okay, like I know him. Like, oh yeah, maybe he's talked to me about this before, or maybe you'll hear it and think like, damn, like I didn't know that, like he felt like this about this. So I was thinking of something to say. Like, I'm gonna keep moving. But yeah. I'll say it later, but yeah,
I really don't know what
something
you're
something just popped in my mind. I was
Say
like,
it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's just a lot of dudes around here. I feel like,
boy.
yeah, I just feel like, bro, here's all right. We're just gonna get into it. This is why I started laughing. Like,
Just go.
hold on, can I get a beer real quick? Let me read up on the beer.
real quick.
This is why I was laughing, because I didn't want to go here yet, but we just gonna have to get into it. And
Life's too short.
I really feel like that. Thank you very much.
Talk to us.
So yeah, bro, the thing for me is like, I know music is entertainment, and music can always be entertainment. You don't have to, you know, not everything that goes on in the songs or what you say in the songs has to be, you know, 100% true and authentic, and you don't got to do everything that you said. But at the same time, bro, like, I feel like a lot of people kind of forget like who's listening to them. So if I'm listening to you and you just saying some like completely left field shit that like I know you don't do, it just kills it for me with the music.
Yeah.
It kills the experience for me. So, and you know, like I respect everybody's craft at the end of the day, but I'm just hearing like a lot of bullshit too. I'm just like, I know, like I grew up with some of these people, and I'm just like, bro, like you don't do this. So like you don't do this. I know your mom. I know your dad. Like like. I know, like,
about me?
Like, bro, like, nah, bro.
Yeah,
but,
bro,
like,
you really not about that Southern
like,
exposure life. You never thought
and
that
this goes outside the music too. I just feel like even when it comes to like social media and just like how people want to portray themselves, it's like, bro, you don't have to be this like character. People are so afraid to be themselves. So that's just something when it comes to the music. I just want to hear like authentic shit. I want to be able to listen to it and be like, damn, oh yeah, he damn, he does that. Oh yeah, like, oh yeah, I know him. Or like, but I don't know. I'm just hearing a lot of cap, in the rap, and I'm standing on that, because anytime you listen to my music, you can go back into it, and I'm going to give you a story for it. I'm going to give you some background for it. I'm going to give you a reason why I fucking said that shit. And I'm seeing dudes and dudes I know personally talking about some shit that like they don't do. It irritates me, and I'm going to keep it 100. So
you think that's a local issue or just a rap issue?
I think it's a rap issue in general. I'm not going to blame it on the city, because like, it's, you know, that's just how rap is.
I was about to say, it's
there's
big,
no way it's local to
but
a city at all.
I definitely feel what you were saying.
I just feel like at the end of the day, if somebody knows you, then like, I don't know, just stay true to yourself.
That's it.
I agree.
I think people want to play to a big audience so much of like people that don't know them, right? Like the idea of like, okay, I want fans. So it's like they play to like these fans so much that they forget that the people that are really listening to their music at first, like their first audience, is mostly going to be people that know you or at least know of you. And so it's like, are these people, you know, before you make fans of anyone that can't corroborate this, like why would you want to pretend to start out?
It's a rap issue in general, because I feel like people have this mindset now that you've got to be like a certain character, a certain somebody. Of course, do what you need to do to be appealing and stay refreshing to an audience. But at the same time, like, I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense to me to like be like, you know, a completely different person and talk about shit that you don't do, you know, and I don't know. It just, and I think that it might be a little bit of an old head thing too, like old school shit, because like, like I said, I want to believe what I'm hearing, you know, so it doesn't really sell it for me if I don't believe what I'm hearing. So
it's a dangerous game too, bro, because rap will be the same thing where you can do that in rap, but rap will also call you out.
Yeah.
How many times do you see, oh, well, now so-and-so is not a credible source, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't think I'm different from feeling like that. I think a lot of people feel like that, but I think people have pushed the boundary on fake it till you make it. People are pushing the boundaries on that too much, and like, I mean, do what you got to do to get on, but like, I don't know. You can just tell sometimes when it's not. I'm with you.
I think that's interesting. I think that the idea that like, because we do talk about faking it till you make it here as well. Like it is something that I do endorse. But I think you're right. I think there's a point to which it stops being realistic. I think it's almost like an uncanny valley thing. Like it's like where it gets up to a point and then it's like when you're really faking it, it just seems really it seems really fake
There's
all
like
of a
a
sudden
level,
almost. Yeah.
I'm with you.
It's like a threshold, and it's like really hard to like kind of even describe where that is, but it's like a feeling thing. It's like a gut feeling thing.
But some people at the same time too, they don't care about like the whole integrity of everything. Some people just, if it sounds good, it sounds good. I mean, you know, you can't be mad if somebody makes a song. The whole song is, I got that 40 on me. Or I shoot like Steph. If the song is like that and they don't do that, but it sounds good, then it is what it is. At that
it is
point
what
too,
it is,
so.
right? But if you're talking about like trapping and shit, and you're talking about like like beating people up and shit, and it's like you're not that person.
That's the thing for me. I'm hearing like songs about people, you know, oh yeah, I got this and I do this and I take this and I take that. I'm just like, bro, like I was just around you last weekend, bro.
Right,
like, no,
right.
you don't
Right.
do that. Like,
yeah, we was chilling.
You feel
Like,
me? Like, you was just we sit beside each other in the club.
I saw you at church, dude.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Like, come on, like you lifting at the Y same time I do. So it's just like, bro, like, all right, man.
Yeah, like
so.
you about your fitness. Like I like you be meal prepping and shit, dog. Like,
Yeah, bro. So yeah, I'm saying like, so yeah, man. I just think that's the thing for me though. So everything you hear in the ZPO song and ZPO music in general, like I can give you some facts behind it.
Yeah.
I can give you some type of background or whatever to explain why I said that. And you know, it might not be like right on or whatever, but you know, it may just be a different way of saying something
Right,
too. Or like I
right.
said this because this is that's just rap in general.
Yeah.
So.
You get a certain artistic license, but yeah, I like the fact that you know, I think you stand on your music more than a lot of people would.
Yeah, bro,
like line by line. And I think you know even more in this this tape, it just feels like it's just authentic. Like it just feels really, really true to you.
That was the goal. I just was like, you know what? I just really need to like say everything I feel right now.
Yeah.
And, I think for me recently, just personally, it's like I'm really trying to like move on from shit, just like, you know, certain situations with people and just like relationships with people that have like really made me mad and just like I still like just feel a type of way about stuff. But I'm really, really trying to like make more of an effort of, you know, actually venting in the music. And I've always, you know, put my real emotions into the music, but I really focused on that this time because it did get to a point for me like I was just making songs just to make songs, you know, and I really wanted this to like mean a lot to me, and I wanted to be able to go back and listen to it and say, wow, like it's important for me. Like I want to be able to go back and listen to my music and say, okay, I remember like what I was going through. What's the reason I made the song? Like I remember like what I was feeling and where I was at. So I try to I want to have that you know, approach into the music too.
No, I think it's because I think you make a good drill song. You do a good like just like mindless like hype song, but you also have this capability to do this writing too, and you can make something like Phenom, which is like I think is a deeper song than it lets on, but it's also like a really hype song with that big gong at the beginning, but it's also, you know, there's a little bit more depth to it with the writing. It just ties into the whole, you know, the whole narrative of the album. And I really, I encourage people to listen to this. You know, I encourage people to listen to this because it's good. It's good top to bottom.
I just wanted to always be like the best of both worlds. I think like even a lot of the music that I like and the music that inspires me is just like the best of both worlds. Like it's music that has that substance and like that you know, that extra effort into it, but it's also stuff that sounds good. Like I think Drake's always been a good example of that.
Yeah.
You know, Drake's got, you know, the real emotion and the real substance in there, but like at the same time it's on the radio.
Yeah,
You feel me? Like
that's
it's
it.
something like damn, I feel this, but like damn, this shit hot.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys were like that in general, but I think that's what makes you, you know, just stand out sometimes too, like because it's hard. It's so easy for people to say like, oh well, yeah, he was rapping, but yeah, whatever, or damn, the song sound good, but he won't saying nothing. So, and I don't want people to like. I want to be right there.
Right.
So that's my goal.
Absolutely. No, I think it's they're excellent tracks. And you threw a bonus track on the end. I always love a bonus track. I like the idea of a bonus track because you just feel like you're getting something extra. You know.
Well, honestly, I mean, I'm gonna just tell y'all a little behind the scenes rap secret. When I put bonus on there, if a rapper puts bonus on there, it's not like anything like, oh damn, what the fuck? Like, it's just like it's to kind of bring y'all in a little bit more because it's hard to bring people in sometimes and get people to listen. So if I gotta put that I got a bonus track on some shit, or if I gotta put on here that like I said some crazy shit on here, then yeah, like I mean, I'm trying to. You got to sell the music. At the end of the day, you got to sell the music.
At the end of the day, kids,
This is a product. This is a business. Both of y'all know, like, this is a business that you got to convince people to like. You got to convince people to watch the podcast. You got to convince people to listen to the music. Like, everything is convincing because, I mean, it's hard to get people tuned in. So
it is. It really is.
Everything is so quick, shifty now. Like,
it's a big sea, man.
It is. It's a quick
lot
turnaround.
Of fucking fish out
it's
there.
a quick turnaround.
Absolutely. It's so easy to do.
I do like, all right, not to go like back on it, but I like everything that you said about like the extent of cap in the rap nowadays and stuff. I think but then you said there's a threshold, and yeah, I agree with that too. There's like a gray area because like I've worked for people before where they rap and not everything is about like creating a persona even for them. Sometimes it's just about what can I rhyme with what and what kind of bars can I come up with. So even if it's not true to what their character is in the day-to-day life, they're just rapping because they just want to put together bars. It's not necessarily about like developing character.
Yeah.
However, I'm just how you said, like, bit of an old head. I mean, obviously I'm not a fucking old head, but
we getting there. We're getting there, Prince.
I like
We're getting there.
I like, yeah, it'll be there before we know
Sooner
it.
than you
But
think.
I do like the idea of, okay, like for me, I've always wanted to be the same person on stage that I am off of stage. I never wanted there to be a separation or any sort of thing for that, because it's just like, this is life. It's like, that's what reality is. And when I'm on stage, I'm rapping about my life and everything I'm experiencing. So there is no way to separate that.
Yeah.
However, I mean, everyone goes at it like different ways, but yeah. I'm not a fan of the cap in the rap as much.
I think a lot of people go into making a song sometimes with the intention of, oh, I just want to make a banger. I just want to make it. They don't give a fuck what I say. Like, I just want to make some shit real quick. And like, that's cool. Like, I'm all for like any type of passion towards music, but just my preferences is like, just talk about you and your life, bro. Like, like you said, I like, I want to be the same person on and off the stage. Like, I want to be, and I want to be approachable too. Like, I don't, some people may not feel, if I'm somebody who rap about the strap and I'm doing this and that, somebody might be like, oh damn, like, oh, I mean, I didn't know he was like that. You just never know. So I just want to be the same person in and out. So
yeah, facts.
I feel like it's easy to make I don't know. It's not easy to make a banger, but you know what I'm saying? Like a person could make a banger, but it's to develop as an artist. I feel like you have to have the authenticity, because after a while, that banger persona, it just like runs out. Like you could name a bunch of artists where their time, they were hot. They were number one on the charts, but then 6 months later, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Like where's so-and-so?
That's true.
The rap game has really lost its integrity as time went on, in my opinion, because, I feel like from the jump and just like all like the older heads that we listen to and stuff, I think it was more about like, oh, this is you. What you're saying is facts. Like, you ain't bullshitting. Like, damn, like, I know that nigga, like, what he says is like, this is really what he does. Like, I think that's just like the overall, that was like what was preferred in rap. But now it's just like, nobody cares. Like,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that is longevity right there as well. Is because we're not looking for, or those guys weren't looking for, something that's like off the wall or whatever. Not to fucking pun Vans, sorry, but I didn't mean to do that.
Get this guy a check. Come on now, Vans. Look, we off the wall here, biscuits and gravy.
Hey, Vans,
cash that motherfucker. I'll wear nothing but Vans on this motherfucker.
We got a skateboard next week.
Vans, if you see this, we want Fat Tire Brewery to sponsor us.
Oh yeah, that
we
too.
We want your beer. We like your beer. Your logo's awesome. We want Fat Tire.
That's
to
random.
sponsor
Yeah,
us.
Yeah. We do call outs like the UFC.
I don't know if y'all
I'll drink whatever clean drink.
I was about to say, I like Fat Tire. They have it at Spot on Kirk. It's one of their beers they get. But Vans and Fat Tire, I'm only gonna spend a second on this. They did some sort of collaboration, and Vans made like Fat Tire merch, and then Fat Tire put the Vans
really cool.
like logo tag on their bottle and stuff. So they have a little collaboration thing. I think they do an event in Colorado.
it's
like
an
once
amber
a year or
beer.
something.
It's kind of red, isn't it? A little bit.
No, it's not red. It's like a lager.
Yeah,
but
it's like
it's maybe.
It looks like this.
Yeah, it does look like that. It's a pretty good beer. I love it. They got it at Spot On Kirk if you ever pull up there.
Yeah.
Wait,
Shout
is there
out
just
Spot On
one
Kirk.
beer that they make though, or do they have different?
They've got a couple different.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, Fat Tire is a couple beers. The one I'm thinking of, it's just called Fat Tire though, and it's got a white background. And
I know what
just-
you're talking about.
it's-
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know the specifics of it, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the red and blue logo.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, something like that.
And the beer is darker, and it kind of tastes like Vienna Lager, like the
Devil's back.
the devil's
Yeah.
back.
well, it is. The logo is red and blue, and it's white background.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What are you dogging
Stop,
him
everybody
for
just
We
stop.
in a
fucking up
damn
there?
Everybody
Because-
infomercial, man.
No,
We in
no,
an
no,
infomercial.
no.
nah,
Oh.
that's good.
Okay,
Oh, no.
okay.
No,
No.
nothing you did.
Right,
Dudes be looking
didn't do
for
shit.
dudes be looking for the 5 minute of fame or whatever, or,
No, it's true.
or
It's true.
something
It's true.
like
It's
that. And
It's
so
true.
we like the old heads, and we still find, and they're still relevant today because of the longevity. Do y'all need a second to,
No,
to
no,
kick it out?
No, I was trying to remember what I was going to say before.
I don't
And
even know
I
why
know what
I'm
it is. I
laughing.
know what it is.
No,
No,
I thought you were still geeking.
I wanted to make the point that, like, what you were saying, like, rap used to be kind of, like, more brash or whatever. And I think it was, there's this exchange that's happened with rap that maybe happened to rock a little bit before that, but it's like, it stops being underground and starts being mainstream.
Okay.
And so when something's mainstream,
That's a good take.
people start, it's not like, oh, that's a small group of people making a thing. It's like, oh, this is the sound and I have to replicate it, right? So it stops being like, it stops being subversive, and it stops being like the underground and cool, and it starts being like, okay, well, I like this subversive underground cool thing, so I'm gonna replicate it, and that's where you get these poppy songs, and
This is
like
a great
some of them are
take.
good, but
that is a good take.
some of them are not, and they have that feeling, like we talked about, that feeling of like, you know, it's an untangible feeling of almost, it's just not right, you know, and I think that comes from that distance from that original feeling of what drew me to rap and what drew most people to rap was that it was subversive. It was something my parents didn't like.
So what was the I was thinking about like years and what eras, like when did the rock become like the mainstream thing, do you think? And when it like, I mean, I don't necessarily want to say like fell off, but that's kind of how the rap game is deemed, is it's falling off or whatever. So like,
I'm not an expert on the music eras, but I think like you could say like the end of grunge is like the end of like rock.
So like end of the 90s?
Rock supremacy, yeah. Like the end of like the middle of the 90s,
Yeah,
like
it's gotta be
into
90s.
Y2K.
Yeah.
Because that's when rap starts to
Took
kind of
over.
supplant rock as like the upcoming underground genre. Like it starts to get big, but it's not yet blossomed into that like.
You got radio
know?
and MTV really starting to pop, and
Right.
they're at their like peak years. So that sort of
Yes.
mainstream development really is coming into play right then. I'd say that's
Yeah.
fair. I was
I
gonna
think
say
rap
that
had
I was
the
gonna say
best
the late
vehicle at that
'90s into
point.
2000s
Yeah.
because and it could be biased because you know we kind of grew up listening to those tracks because that's what our parents heard. But a lot of the '90s songs, the '90s rock, I mean, we could all sing along to a
Yeah,
Foo Fighters song if
absolutely.
you put on their biggest song, or
Absolutely.
what's the ones that do Superman? I stumbled in and bumped my head.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
what is that band? I
I
just
can't even
forgot. It's
remember.
Kryptonite. That song is
Yeah.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Three
Three
Doors
Doors
Down.
Down.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Three
So
Doors
like we
Down.
can sing those
No,
songs.
these are all
Everyone in
classics.
here
Yeah.
could sing along to a Nickelback song. I would even bet.
Right.
out to Nickelback.
But
So-
that's what I'm saying, because
Yeah,
like
of course.
then
Yeah.
like
But that's the
backlash
mainstream
that-
era right there.
the backlash that
Right.
Nickelback received is because rock had carried over
Yeah.
into that mainstream. So yeah, you get the Drake effect. Like you're making good music, but you're receiving undue criticism because of the popularity of the medium, and it's not your fault because you're part of creating that popularity. But you were also like feeling the negative effects of it. It's a wicked game. Like popularity
it is.
in music. I was that's that clip I was showing you of Vivienne Westwood. She's talking about that. It's like with fashion too. It's like the whole thing of it is that the really good things are only ever really appreciated by a small group of people. So it's like and that's, I don't necessarily 100% agree with that take, but like if you think about it in that extreme, like, you know, there are tastemakers and then there are enjoyers. It's like there's always a kind of a shifting spot of like what's new, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like you're chasing that boundary, but they're also trying to sell that boundary to you.
Yeah.
I feel like country went through the same thing. Like, you know, a lot of people in country are just like, oh, it's not real country. I see that all the time.
Yes.
Like, this ain't real country.
Yes.
Like, I guess it's the same thing for rock and for rap. Like, oh, this ain't no hip hop or whatever. Like,
Right.
just the newest to
But
experience.
so we're living through what happened to country, because I think country and rock had the same kind of trajectory almost.
Yeah.
In that it kind of got commercialized in the 2000s. It had kind of a pop era where people started to get disenfranchised with it. And now, you know, and also what we see in rock is a renaissance.
Yeah.
I think that at a certain point, when you get that kind of popularity, you see these people that are like, okay, I like this genre, but I want to be subversive. So then it's like you get like a Doechii, or you get like a, you know, in rap, or you get like, I'm trying to think of somebody in rock, McGee in rock and roll, that's doing something really cool and subversive, but that is very brand new because he wants to diversify himself from the kind of pop image. And I think that's
country, same, yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Like,
the country
you get the
music
Tyler
now
Childers.
is high key some of my least favorite music. Like the country pop. I'm sorry, I know there's tons of country
the pop
fans,
country, yeah.
but it is so
It's derivative.
it's so like it's too perfect.
Saccharine,
almost.
yeah, almost.
It's like
sweet
everything
and
is like
yeah.
so edited and
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
on time, and
Yeah.
it's just
there's no
there's
character to
there's
shit
no
anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no
And there's a time and a
feeling
place.
in
Yeah, it
the
is.
takes or whatever. Everything, you know, you could tell they did 10 vocal takes or 30
Yeah.
vocal takes and chose the best one. It's not like this one straight through on this song or this one straight through on this verse.
too polished.
Was like, yes.
Yeah, too
polished
polished.
is the word I was looking for.
Yeah, like I feel like that about like
yeah.
the kind of it's just not Morgan Wallen or whatever. It's just like that whole lane. It's like everything is just like on time and just like the chorus is crazy as hell or whatever. And like it's meant for radio. It is geared towards radio. So you can't even be mad at it. Like it's just
Yeah.
what people want to hear.
It is what it is, and you know we could talk about it for forever, but
We definitely
unfortunately on this podcast now, one of the new things that we've grown with since ZPO was last year is cutting ourselves off. So I will cut off that excellent conversation that we can continue
Facts,
off
yeah.
camera. But I do think that we all agree that there's a genuineness, and it's not necessarily something that you can put a value to, or that you can ascribe any kind of, you know, like. There's the only way to know is to feel it, you know, and people will feel it, and it's just be real, and bring real shit
and keep it real.
Yeah, and there's one motherfucker down here that keeps it real than anybody else,
Yes.
and his
Waiting.
name echoes through the halls of eternity, in the same way that like Herodotus, you know, or Copernicus or Socrates or you know, one of the great chroniclers and thinkers of our time, one of the most stoic and self-aware and powerful gentlemen that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. This is Ronimus Robinson, ladies and gentlemen. You know him.
Hey, that's
Make
pretty
some
nice.
noise for him.
Let's go.
Get him the mic. Make some noise for him.
the mic.
That
Talk to us,
segue,
Ron.
that's like top 3, top 2 segues yet. And I'm only waiting for you to top it because you somehow get better every time as you do for everything else. ZPO, it's been 40 episodes. Okay, we got a new thing we do now. You're probably a little hip to it because I know you tune in.
I was trying to get a sneak peek.
Yeah,
Pause,
yeah, no, whoa,
Good pause,
bro,
good pause,
whoa,
good
whoa,
pause, good
whoa,
pause.
hey, yo,
Good pause.
no, but
That was
I
crazy.
saw y'all been lurking, so yeah, I'm keeping away from y'all. But you know what it's about to be here. Gas or trash.
Yes, sir.
I've been really anticipating this segment.
Yes,
right
Good,
now.
sir.
good. We got a few things. I got a few things here. We gonna see what the thoughts are. I always say there's no right or wrong answers, but listen, don't.
Wait. Oh, never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm good now.
Okay.
bad. I'm tripping.
All right.
You got it right there.
The first one here. This was
Yo.
recent. Mike Vick
Oh my
signed
God.
head coach
It's up there.
to Norfolk State
Absolute
University.
gas.
Yes, Ron.
Absolute gas from me.
Gas.
I love it.
Gas higher.
Fuck
The
Yes.
culture deserves this.
Yes.
Yes.
People
Yes, it
deserve
does.
this.
Yes.
I
Yes,
feel
it
like
does.
this right here, and fuck all the haters. I don't care. This is a real, true like underdog story.
Yes.
Gotta be for real because
Yes.
this man got shitted on for. Everybody makes mistakes. This man.
He didn't
got
deserve it,
shitted
bro.
on, and I know him coming back to the Eagles and having that little stint or whatever was
Yeah.
cool, and he's done well and stuff. But this is what people like really wanted to see
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here. This is monumental.
Yeah.
This is 100%
Gas.
This
I
is
like
the
it.
redemption arc. This
I
is
like
the
it.
perfect end to the Michael Vick. Not
Yeah.
end, but the perfect next chapter to the Michael Vick story. I think.
I would
Yes.
have liked to have
Perfect.
seen the VT stamp. That'd have been like really legendary.
We want that soon.
That's
But
what
this
we
time,
pray
he's
for.
gonna earn that
Pending.
job.
Pending.
This
He's
is
gonna
the
earn that
hometown,
job.
so
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah,
Give him a
this-
few
this is
seasons
where
here,
he's
bro,
from.
and
Yeah.
we'll talk to VT.
3 seasons here. He's
Yeah.
gonna be just
And
like
then
Prime, and then we're gonna
Senator
we're gonna,
Blacksburg.
we're gonna scoop him right
Yeah.
up.
I think. Oh yeah. I was gonna say gas. I think
okay.
you
Good,
know
good.
how you saying all the haters and you know everything. Fucking, this guy's solid, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know.
It's time. It's just time
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
it. Like,
Well, we want the
Facts.
best for him. I think it's a perfect opportunity. HBCU
We've
right
been
here in
waiting.
Virginia. You know, he gets to go out there and you know give back to the same area that kind of fostered him and brought him up
Mhm.
into you know into being probably the best quarterback in the history of the NFL skill wise. I
Yeah.
will say.
yeah, and this really,
Changed the game.
he laid the groundwork for like a lot of the dudes, quarterbacks nowadays.
Yes.
You know, to be
Yes.
for real.
Yeah.
He laid the
Factual.
groundwork
Yeah.
for
There's
the
no Patrick
Lamar
Mahomes
Jacksons,
without
Patrick
this.
Mahomes,
Yeah.
all them
Yes.
dudes. This was the
This is the blueprint.
pioneer.
This is the blueprint right
Yeah.
here. This
Even
is what,
Josh
this is what everyone
Allen.
was studying.
Yeah.
You know,
Facts. Yeah.
be flicking that ball like he
Fuck
does.
Josh Allen.
He looks just like.
Hey,
I
yo.
agree.
He just
Hey,
they
but
Detroit-
just
Yo.
beat
Lions
they
look
just
like
beat
Vic.
the Lions.
Yeah.
He looks like Vic.
Fuck that. We got 22
Yeah.
players.
But all
in
we
the
want him for tech, like
fucking
you said. I want
injured.
to see that VT stamp on there.
You
It's
get that
coming.
VT stamp, especially if it's,
It's
like
coming.
a head, head coach, whatever.
Yeah, if
Season
he's
tickets, I'm
successful,
buying.
go get him. Go get him.
It might be
Virginia
a
Tech,
resurgence
make
in
the
Tech and
hire.
Blacksburg. It really
Yeah.
might be.
Need
But
it.
we take this for now, though. We can't be
Yes. No,
That's
we're
it.
grateful. We're
Don't be
grateful.
greedy.
I'm
greedy.
happy. I'm
don't be a
happy.
greedy
Can't be
bastard.
too greedy.
The next thing I got here, Words I Never
Hey,
Said, new album by
yes,
ZPO,
yes.
out everywhere.
Album art's
Please
dope.
tune in.
Album art's gas.
Listen, it's absolutely gas. I know Eric talked about it already, but bro, this really is like, bro, yes.
I appreciate that.
Who did the
Absolutely,
Who
bro.
did the cover art?
Shout out to Avi in Charlotte. Yeah, he lives in Charlotte.
Hell yeah.
He does graphic design. He does videos. You know, he takes pictures. He's a photographer, videographer. He's the whole shebang. Man,
Nice.
he goes crazy with the album work. I found out about him from Ty. Ty started getting covers from him. That boy Ed's gotten some covers from him. So yeah, make sure you tap in. You know, if you actually click this post on my Instagram, you'll be able to see the tag. So for anybody that's watching, that's interested, who liked this cover, tap in. He does a great job. And for real, I got this back in like 2 or 3 days. So
Oh,
great
gas.
price,
That's good.
easy to
Gas.
run with. Yeah, good turnaround.
Gas.
So I feel like, and I feel like too, this cover is like really what I wanted here. This kind of like tells a story. You got like, you know,
Yeah.
you got some serious EP, you got current EP, you got some flies EP, performance EP. We down at Clean Studios in the middle there. And the top there. Just this is just me. This is what I'm. So yeah, shout out.
Yeah, that one with the where you got the jersey on or whatever. Oh, you can see a little bit of the Clean Studios
uh-huh.
logo
So,
right
yeah,
there
we
too.
stamping that
But
too.
Shit, I didn't even notice
that
that.
jersey was fucking popping in all those pictures
Yes,
from that
bro.
Yeah.
that
That was
time.
the
Shout
Shaq-
out
Shaq
Will.
jersey.
That is the
Shout
That's
out
the Clean
Will.
Studios
That's-
logo is right in there under the
Yeah.
cross
Yeah.
too. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's the O'Neal joint, right?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all- that
I got
jersey's
a
tough.
Lakers.
That's what I'm
O'Neal
talking about.
jersey.
That's an Easter egg right there.
Yeah, no.
You had to be there.
For sure.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
my
you did
last
have to be
name.
there.
You know, people don't know for the audience. I know
Yeah.
y'all know. That's my last
That's
name.
it.
So that,
Yeah. That's
It's
it.
only
stamp
right.
it.
It's only
We
right.
never did ask him what ZPO stands for.
That's just my name.
It's his initials, you fucking idiots.
I didn't mean call it.
And
that
it's
when we
not-
talked about
Figure it
last
out.
time,
Wait,
but
what's
yeah.
the bar? What's the bar? It's
ZP, but your
ZPO
bitch call me Zeepo.
ZPO, but your girl call me Zeepo.
Yeah,
but your
yeah.
bitch call me Zeepo.
Bro, when I was talking to your sister on the phone, she's not referred to as a bitch, by the way. But when I was talking to your sister,
Hey, walk out. Walk
when
Just
I
so
was
we're
talking
clear.
to your
Walk
sister
out
on the
before
phone,
Just so we're
she was
clear.
just literally like, "Oh, Zeepo," and I was like, "Oh." Like, she's always called me that though. Shout out to KP, she's cool. She's cool.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah, I
good.
mean, I think I'm not even mad at it because I just think people didn't like. Some people didn't know it first.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Gas release.
Absolute gas.
Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Spin that on anywhere.
Next one I got here, we kind of talked
Anyway.
about this before we started recording, but let's talk about these
Ah,
these drones,
I don't know
bro.
how this could be gas.
It's
How could
hey,
this be
listen.
gas, though? I don't really have anything positive
Here's
or negative to say.
here's the only reason why I'm gonna say it's trash,
okay.
and it's not because that it's happening. Okay, it's because Everyone's acting like they don't know what's going on. Somebody
I don't
here
know what's
knows.
going on.
No, I don't. But the people who know are acting like they don't know.
The trash is the government covering it up.
I
They
mean,
know.
just say
They know.
why.
Maybe they are
just
gas.
say
I don't know. But
why.
if it's gas, you need to tell us what the gas purpose
That's
is.
what I'm saying.
That's
Otherwise, it's default
Because
trash.
you got motherfuckers shooting at them.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
it's not. That's
it's
not
causing
good.
more harm than the good. I'm sure
You
you
have people
want it.
shooting at like literal planes right now. Like
That's
it's-
all I'm saying.
I don't have the knowledge to comment, but we will go with trash.
Yeah. And if so help me God, if the press secretary comes out on Christmas and says that they're fucking Santa Claus, I am going to. No joke. I can't. You can't complete that sentence. But I will lose my mind. I will absolutely freak out because that is the most. If somebody pulls that little tongue-in-cheek fucking joke before they tell us what these are, which is gonna be something benign, people just don't. Please don't lose sleep over this.
I'm gonna call this trash just simply because like this just gives like everybody another opportunity to feel like they know everything. Because
Yes.
people love to go on the internet and just
And
feel
just
like
talk.
they are
Yes.
just the god of knowledge and just like know
Yes.
what's going. They're woke and they know what's going on in the world, but like you don't fucking know.
You don't
and
know.
nobody really knows, and that's part
Just
of the trash
accept
component
it.
too. But
Yeah.
like this is trash just because like I hate how like far people take shit. Like
Right.
well you know that this is the reason that the world's gonna end. Like come on,
Those
shit,
are the
like,
ones that piss me
chill,
off.
yo.
I'm
Like,
I'm like,
bro,
they're like, yeah, well, what's going to happen is like they're searching for these things that'll trigger a cosmological event,
like-
and the whole Earth is going. And I'm like, okay, first of all, dog, if that's how you feel, then you know what, the prescription drugs that you're taking need to be doubled.
And I just feel like there's like just once a year, it's just some little like sprinkle of random shit like this happens for people to talk about. So it's trash.
It's trash. They want us to forget about old Luigi Mangione.
Clean. Oh man.
We ain't never gonna forget about him.
Luigi Mangione, never forget.
Yeah, we can talk about him too later on.
I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't know, bro. There's all right.
You know what you
I don't
wanna
want to
say.
get like
You
super
know what you wanna
deep
say.
here
Go
because
ahead,
you could
say it.
really go fucking deep on this. But okay, we're running into a problem, the human race is, and it is a problem of we want things efficient and we want things right now.
Facts.
And to have things right now, you have to make a lot of sacrifices.
Yep. Yes.
In terms of freedoms and privacy and things like that or whatever. It's like, people want a safer environment. Okay, well, that comes with more regulation from the government and stuff. And so there's this back and forth of what is good, what is, a fucking making a I don't know, impeding on our natural rights as citizens, and what is keeping us safe and stuff, and what is making things better and more cost efficient. I don't know. This is a crazy one. It's like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like
You
it
don't know
checks
yet.
checks
Yeah.
a ton of boxes. It's like
That's
I
what I'm
might
saying.
I could order an Amazon package and I
Get
might
it
have it here in
today.
fucking
Yeah.
6 hours.
That's crazy.
But they
They're
got a
testing
camera
that
and
utility,
they're
yeah.
watching everything that's happening. But honestly, I don't know. What are you a suspect of? What are you nervous about if the government is flying over and watching you? I guess I
Are
don't
you
know. I'm
hiding
tan
something?
naked. You want to see my dick? I
Something
don't
you
give a
wanna
fuck.
share
There's
with
like
class?
10 million dicks on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably
So,
what it is more than anything else. There's
like,
a lot
I
of
don't know.
weird
It's
people
like a
out
line
there.
of do I give a fuck?
Yeah.
Like if it's something like that, and it's
Yeah,
like,
I like that take.
well, I don't
Thing.
know,
Pause.
because it's like,
Yeah,
Pause.
you know, do you look at the world? Do you see all the fucked up
I'm
shit?
not even gonna touch
Yeah.
that with a 10-foot.
And before we move on from this, I
Yeah.
just want to say too, and I said this on Twitter or X the other day. I had said this. People need to stop going on the internet and saying that like everything is a distraction. People say, "Oh, well, this is just a distraction for what's really going on," but then nobody ever further explains what
Yeah.
the fuck is going on.
Right.
Then just tell if you know so fucking bad, then just tell me what it is. Then.
Yeah, this is a distraction from the plan.
Stop going on. Do not give me part one and then don't give me part two if you know everything.
Social media is not a real place.
Bruh,
and the
at
sooner people
all.
understand that, like
We'll be
what
better.
you're seeing and reading on there, bro, like
not
half of this shit's AI, bro.
everyone speaking on there is not correct.
Yo, people just
Ever.
take this shit so serious on here. So this is
Yeah.
why I'm saying this is trash because
Yeah.
people just ruin shit for everything. Bro. Like,
I'll give
We
it
can't
a
just have a
trash,
good
too.
old fashioned drone scare.
So
We gotta have all
all
these.
agreed. We all
Yeah,
agree.
I'll say it's
ruining
trash.
it
You know,
online.
I don't
Yeah.
need my Amazon package in 6
Just on the
hours
principles
or 10
of it,
hours
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
bro.
it's like,
I
why
agree.
we just slow down and appreciate
down.
life, bro. Not everything
Yeah.
has to be instant.
Allow the
wanna be
natural
scared.
course of
There you
things,
go.
man.
Correlation
Yeah.
with the music
Yeah.
industry. Everything's a quick 5-minute blow up. There's no like longevity in anything or no,
Yeah.
no
No, the-
journey.
yeah.
Everyone's rushing to
They can stop
destinations
talking about
and
this shit today,
so.
like right now, and then for like over a week, I bet nobody probably we move
Won't
on
even
to the next
remember.
thing.
Yeah.
Won't even
We
remember.
always
So-
will.
Yes.
We always
Yeah,
will.
rinse and repeat, man.
We always
every
will.
single thing that comes through media is like that now.
It's because we all have ADHD. As none of us
Right.
were meant to work. We were all meant to hold hands and sing songs.
Yes.
But it is what it is.
Ron, run that. You gotta
Instead,
start up.
you get to throw
alright.
rocks at drones. Like a hillbilly.
I knew we would go on for that for a minute. So
It's
my
all
bad.
good. It's
God
all
bless
good.
you,
No,
okay.
this was
So,
exactly
see, that's
what I was
I
going
said.
for.
I was like, I don't
So-
want
Why
to
we
get
have
deep
gas
on
and
this.
trash?
No, it's
but
fine.
I
Listen,
have
it
to
has
say
to be
something
talked about.
That's my
It
true
has to be
takeaway.
talked
Yeah,
about.
it
It's
does.
all
No,
good.
No, it's a good take. That's a good take.
love the
I
real
like that
take.
take a
That's a
lot.
good take.
Yeah.
If I can ride a drone Uber home from the bar when I'm drunk, and maybe
that'd be something.
I don't know, maybe piss out of
See,
an open window.
that sounds fucking
That's
awesome.
funny.
It sounds awesome. But what do you want to sacrifice to make that?
What will I
capability?
sacrifice for that?
Exactly.
Anything.
Blood sand.
Literally anything.
You heard it
Because
here
I
first.
it is what it is. I'm sorry. That's how easy I am.
Don't
Elon.
apologize for being yourself.
If that's what you're working on, word. Fire all the federal employees. If that's what I'm getting in return,
then it's gas.
gas.
What we got next, Ron?
Next, I got on here. Angel Reese. We talked about another
I don't
WNBA
understand what's
player
so
earlier
funny.
up in the season, but listen, I'm asking: is she gas or trash? Whatever you want to think
Lot of
about her in
laughs.
terms
All right,
of.
so
A lot
hey,
of laughter in the room.
I was about to say there's got to be two sides. It's like, all right, gas or trash on the court, and then gas or trash off the court.
Okay, I
know what
like
I'm saying?
that. I like
know what I'm
that.
That's
saying?
no. Because
Why not?
in the
Why
effort
not?
of-
What are you scared of, Eric?
Okay, in order
You
to-
have a
Eric afraid of?
contradictory
be
answer, don't you?
respectful,
Oh, is that what it is?
we should only judge her by her on-court exploits, as one would an NBA
But we're
player.
talking
All
about
right,
Angel
this new
Reese, the
segment
person.
for this one, it's called Smash or Pass.
Well, okay, well,
All right, clean. Go ahead. Go ahead,
yeah,
clean.
clean. Yeah.
Um,
Don't answer.
I'm sorry, excuse
all
me.
right. On the court, I guess she seemed like a baller. I don't know, but I've seen her miss a lot of layups in games and then get the
Yeah.
rebound and get that stat.
It
And
does
it's like,
seem like she's a big, really good at rebounding because she misses most of her shots.
yeah. So on the court, probably trash.
Maybe, but also I can't tell you that I've watched a full. I can't believe I watched a full WNBA game ever in my life. So I'm probably not the
That's
best one
funny.
to comment. So maybe just yeah, maybe just trash.
I'm gonna give it gas, and this is my reason for giving it gas,
Yes.
is because I'm not gonna act like I watch the WNBA.
Right.
I don't know a lot of the the athletes and everything. So shout out to the WNBA, but people like her and Caitlin Clark, they kind of got the conversation up a little bit. I know people
Definitely.
like to
Yeah,
give
yeah,
Caitlin
yeah.
Clark a lot of the
Right.
she's obviously the better player and more talked about, but I think she was a part of that
Yes.
that run,
She
that
was.
resurgence
She
too.
was.
Yes.
The rivalries definitely
Definitely
bring the
brought that
publicity, and
attention.
she,
She was,
she
for
sure.
definitely brought that factor to the
Yeah.
table.
That's why I'm gonna give it gas too, just
Yeah.
because of the light that
Facts.
it's shining on
Yeah.
women's
Yeah.
basketball that was not there.
I
Yeah.
think
It
she
just
just
wasn't.
held on to it for a little too long. I think she just was like, she held on to it for long enough to where it was like one of them was little bro and one of them was big bro. Like, if you do that in a rivalry, like a good head-on-head rivalry, if they had a good thing, like she got the ring, but like Caitlin was a better player, like that's a good little thing. But then you get into the NBA and like Caitlin's kind of dominated and like
Well, they're making-
obviously rookie of the year.
I was
and you're
about to
like,
say,
No,
it's
they're,
like,
they're
I don't
making
know.
it like Magic Bird is what.
Yeah,
trying to-
and
they're trying to sell
it
that.
doesn't have to be a
doesn't.
Magic
I-
Bird
I
level
think all of them
rivalry.
can just
I
exist
think
in
that's
their own
what- yeah.
space. Because Angel's got her own sponsors. Like she's built her own brand. She's done very well for herself. Like there doesn't have to be all this contention,
Nah.
someone versus someone.
They're acting
deal.
like we're talking about like two dynasties here. We're talking
Yeah.
about just two
Yeah.
really
Just
good
let
players.
people be in their own thing. If it comes to that point, then cool, it will. But
Right.
I mean, they're in two different career paths now,
Yeah.
essentially. So,
Yeah.
I am waiting on my girl Haley Van Lith to get up in that bitch though next. Yeah, she cutie, so I like her. So you know, I like her.
I haven't seen her. Can you pull up a picture?
Haley Van Lith.
Whenever you can get to that, you don't have to do it right now. We can do it on the card.
That
can be an off.
We'll save that for the break. We'll save that for the break.
Yeah, for sure.
Kids, in order to keep this episode well within the bounds that Clean established, I will remind him to stay within his rules.
Next segment gonna be.
We'll save that for the break. We'll save that for the break.
Is there another?
Okay, Angel Reese, you get a guess from Biscuits and Gravy.
Good guess. Last one I have on here.
Classic.
Biscuits and Gravy.
What is that?
It's a staple gas here at ZPO. We're just hoping you're going to give us the right answer.
I already knew that. I do want to bring up a time to you, though. Do you remember when we went down to the beach for Uncie's bachelor party and that next morning, all y'all got these exquisite big-ass meals on the plate? You know what ZP ordered? Biscuits and gravy. And you know that whole fucking table wanted to try to.
I didn't say nothing.
I don't think you did, but a lot of people.
I didn't.
Why are you getting that? I mean, that's not really a lot. What's wrong?
Because it's a good meal. It's straight
It's
like
a good meal.
And
a great hangover meal.
We were
we were fucking hungover,
Yeah.
so like this was perfect. And you know who got to it that whole day?
Yep.
Me.
It's one of the best hangover cures ever.
So
you know I ain't comment on that.
I know you did, but I know you remember what was said. Oh well, this is why you different. Okay, like, what? Like, bro, like I mean a fucking like regular breakfast meal, like, and I'm different. Like
ZP caught unnecessary hell.
Unnecessary hell for a breakfast order, and
But that's how that group is, though. They'll roast anybody for anything.
I'm trying to get right for the rest of the day, and I did get right, and I was good. So like, how are you mad at the biscuits and gravy? And I got the fucking merch on. Go ahead and get your merch. $40
That's
for
it.
the
That's it, baby.
Yeah.
ZP said, "I'll take the biscuits and gravy." Whole table went.
Yo, like people trying to act like I'm a bitch for ordering biscuits.
This guy.
It came for your character.
Come from my character.
Stand on business, bro.
Is that what we got for him, Ron?
That was great. I like that.
I appreciate you playing along, bro. Absolutely appreciate y'all tapping in. Listen, we're still here down in Clean Studios. Bringing more B&G to you. Stay tuned. ZPO is about to perform again. I know that's what you want to hear. We're going back to more talking and then another one. So stay tuned. If you stop now, you've already missed the best part of the video. Stay locked in.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no! What are we gonna do? I can't find a decent t-shirt provider in the Roanoke Valley. Ah!
Eric, what are you doing, dude? Chill out.
There's a lot of scary stuff out here in the woods, man.
Like what?
There's expensive design costs, crazy upfront fees, shipping, handling max. I don't even know what handling is.
Whoa. Chill out, man. Have you heard of my guys King Screen? They got fast turnaround time, $0 setup fees, and free nationwide shipping. If you need custom apparel, just hit them up. You ain't got to be afraid.
Oh, well, when you put it like that, I guess it's not so scary. But what do we do about the grizzly bear chasing me? Run!
We are back for the musical break, and, we talked an awful lot about keeping it real, and our friend ZPO is about to show us exactly what that looks like. This is Impossible. Enjoy.
Yeah. B&G. It's ZP. Yeah. It's ZP. Look. Your plan don't exist if you don't got no motion. I just been in the crib cause I don't wanna be social. And I'm getting to that chicken like I really been up in the coop. Reaching for the stars, I'm just doing what they said to do. Best advice I ever got, eat, sleep, breathe it in. Stand 10 toes on that shit that you believing in. I wish I would've never put my guard down a couple times. Never put myself in situations where that trouble rise. Never put myself in that predicament. Eyes real low, that should tell you, baby girl, I'm trying to get it in. We can make it sickening, telling me to slip it in. Neighbors know my name like I'm really on some trigger shit. Back to that paper though and talk about the grind again. If it don't got to do with my business, then I'm minding it. I'm really like a vulture, collecting up all the remains. It's a massacre, I'm proud to be what I became. Salute to all my enemies, cause I've been really bossing up. Niggas like to talk a lot, they really just gossipers. They can't believe how we did it, steady watching us, really doing shit that they said wasn't possible. Salute to all my enemies, cause I've been really bossing up. Niggas like to talk a lot, they really just gossipers. They can't believe how we did it, steady watching us, really doing shit that they said wasn't possible. Salute to all my enemies, I'm chilling on the other side. I got a reason for that mission, everything is justified. It's about to get cold like when you feel the summer die. Remember I was young, wildin' out, made my mother cry. Remember I was young, turning up, roll another one. If he got it for the low, call him up and tell him give me that. Drive through deal, I'm on that Wendy's with that Biggie bag. Just a player hater like the same shit that Biggie said. Life after death, boy, gotta take the steps, boy. No shortcuts, I can't never take a detour. Hustle for a lot, nigga, I just wanna be more. I gotta talk about it every time I press record. I gotta talk about it every time I run up in the session. Never think about it more than once, I can't second guess. I used to process a lot, I always been responsible. I'm like a wonder of the world doing the impossible. Salute to all my enemies, cause I've been really bossing up. Niggas like to talk a lot, they're really just gossipers. They can't believe how we did it, steady watching us, really doing shit that they said wasn't possible. Salute to all my enemies, cause I've been really bossing up. Niggas like to talk a lot, they really just gossipers. They can't believe how we did it, steady watching us, really doing shit that they said wasn't possible.
It's ZP, boy.
Evil Breezy.
B&G, I'm gonna keep it real. I can't even do this shit this week. There's someone here that's a little worse than Evil Breezy.
Hold on, let me get it popping over here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on my Bernie Mac right now. I'm gonna tell you, America, I have a real big problem right now. My issue is personal. A lot of y'all, you like to act too cool for shit. Acting too cool for something, you're only hurting yourself. Coming here to tell you today, I feel like y'all are acting like a bunch of bitches about stuff. And acting like a bitch isn't good. America, acting like you're too cool for something all the time, you're gonna miss out on life. You mean to tell me one day you're gonna get old and you're gonna look back and you're gonna say, wow, I wish I would have done this. I could have done this. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's not gonna matter anymore. You're old and time's running up. So I just wanna tell you right now, quit acting like you're too cool for stuff. If you wanna do something, go ahead and fucking do it. If you wanna sing a song, if you wanna rap, whatever the case is, do it. Being worried about somebody else's opinion, it's gonna make your lifespan a whole lot shorter. This is ZP, Evil ZP.
Welcome back to Tim Westwood's Media. I'm here with one of the brightest stars in the Roanoke Valley, the one and only ZPO. Oh, excuse me, ZPO. I've got it written down in my notes wrong.
No, I'm sorry. That's so disrespectful.
ZP on B&G.
Because you do have a bar that I love, and I think this is the perfect intro into a bar segment.
Oh yes.
And it is
loaded up.
You say my name is ZPO, but your bitch call me. What is it?
Oh damn it! You had it.
I fucked up. What is it?
ZPO.
Oh yeah, ZPO. That's it. My name is ZPO, but your bitch called me ZPO.
Yeah, bro. Like I know we had talked about this on the last episode, but like I have been called like numerous names.
Yep.
Like I mean, I just stick with ZP, obviously ZPO, but I've been called ZPO, Z-Pop. There's somebody who's Z-Pop. Somebody recently has been calling me like Zip, like ZIP, like a zipper or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a combination.
They want to. Everybody doesn't want to get stuck into the like. You remember MGMT?
MGMT. Oh yeah.
Yeah, does that song Kids?
Yeah.
Band is called The Management.
Right. Oh yeah.
A lot of people know them as MGMT. Never once knowing it's The Management.
It's Black and Six Black too.
Same issue.
Yeah,
same issue. People
you.
want they don't want to get caught saying something silly. So they see ZPO and they're like, ZPO.
Yeah, I mean, there were like a lot of people, you know, who did call me like ZPO at one point. Like, and there's people I run into to this day who are like, "Oh yeah, hey ZPO, whatever." So I'm just like, "All right."
Fuck up.
So
Spin the music and you call me the fuck.
Yeah, and I mean, it's cool. I mean, as long as I appreciate the recognition, so I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, but I think that was my intro into this little segment that I want to call. So the album is called Words I Never Said, and this segment I'm gonna call Words I Definitely Said with ZPO.
Nice. Oh wow!
So I asked Brighton to find a couple of lines of yours, and I've got a couple in here that I like. That was one of them. But yeah,
you go first.
Yeah, I wonder if you would just give us a quick rundown on the bars, and you know, also I'll ask you to tell me some of your favorite ones that you ever had, one of the one-liners or.
Okay,
but that's secondary.
Yeah.
We got stuff.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
So first of all, ba told her that I'm loving it. I would love to just get a little bit more on that. Because it's one of my favorite lines that you've ever done.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just came to my head. Like, I don't know. I wanted to try to make something fun or whatever. And I feel like I forgot who told me that. I think Big Baby Glow, Just Glow, told me. He was just like, yeah, that's something like you would say or whatever. Like the ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, I mean, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I told her that I'm loving it. Like,
I think it's hard.
I told her that I'm loving it. So, you know, put two and two together. You already know you loving it. So, ba-da-ba. That's a McDonald's
I think
reference.
it's
So
hard. I love it.
I thought it fit on that. It fit on that beat. It fit on that type of song. It just felt like it was right. So
yeah. Absolutely. No, I loved it.
I didn't want to make it too gimmicky, like because we
no,
already
it doesn't
had
come across as gimmicky. It just hits. It just hits like it's like a good delivery.
I don't usually do stuff like that where it's kind of like out the box. So because I don't know, I be taking shit too serious sometimes. So,
I like that. That's what. Yeah.
So that's what that is. So.
What you got?
Are we going one after the other?
Okay.
The next one of the segment, Words That ZPO Definitely Said. I won't go inside the club unless you getting naked.
Oh, that's an old joint. Yeah. I think that was during a time in my life where, like, obviously no girl's gonna get naked in the club. I mean, they might, but like nobody's gonna like really
in certain clubs.
They could or whatever. But like I think back at that time I was just on freak time, like just like
if that's your truth and you're speaking.
By the time of by the end of the night or whatever, I want it to be like that. So like
and what song is that from?
That's Shawty I'm Bent.
It is
with me and YBS.
Shawty I'm Bent.
Damn, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Okay. That mixtape was called The Finals.
Yeah,
the finals, yep.
And there's a picture of the
shout out to Finals mixtape.
The trophy.
Yeah.
I remember.
I appreciate the insight.
Shorty on bent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any others?
That one.
Yeah. I was taking a piss at Smoky Bones, turned around and got asked if I was ZPO. I think one of my favorite lines of all time. And really one of those like Roanoke lines that will go down in history.
If you know, you know. I feel like that's the that's the perfect way to describe that bar. Like there was a long period of time where like people y'all know would like literally say, I know Noah was somebody who just always said it to me. I think We Man had said it to me
Noah's like his favorite meme.
couple times too. Yeah, I mean that's a real story or whatever. Like I remember I was at Smoky Bones and like I remember like I was in the bathroom and whatever and I took a piss. The dude was like, "Oh, you're ZPO." And like I didn't know who it was. Actually, yeah, I did know who it was actually. I mean I don't know him like that, but I got asked, "Oh, you ZPO." So, but it's cool because that was like back in like the early days. Like that was like 2015 type shit. 2015, yeah, around that period. So
yeah. That was back when we were in high school.
So that was like in the Name Me King type days for real.
That was that song.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was in that. It was in that period.
Damn,
so
that's actually
he needed. So like we need the reference on.
D. That's crazy.
So it's cool that like stuff like that happened earlier. And I've always said this. I think I said this last time on the podcast, but like I mean, just like knowing like a number of y'all who I guess went to Botetourt or just like were from a different area than I was. Well, not that we were from the same area, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all went to a different school and stuff, and y'all kind of knew like different people than I did. Y'all like really, really helped just my overall career at that point, because it's hard coming out of high school and, you know, majority of your fans, people from high school, but graduating and then like recording with Breezy and, you know, meeting people that y'all knew and stuff like that really like just took everything to another level for me. Like I got to meet new people. There are people to this day that like I am still friends with because of people that I know from y'all. So
hey, likewise.
Yeah,
Likewise.
so
That it goes right back to you,
Yeah.
bro. There is
Yeah.
so many people I would never know had I not known you or tie-dye or been tied in
Yeah.
with y'all.
Yeah,
it's
at
crazy.
all.
Like
that's why I brought up playing in front of like the town show, or not the
Pep
town show,
rally.
but the pep rally. Yeah,
Yep,
because
yep,
it's
yep.
like, I mean, you've really been doing it since that was 2013.
Yeah.
Like you've been
It's come
doing
full circle,
this
man.
thing for a while, you know, and it's like, yeah, I mean,
it was so scary during that time, like after graduating, because I was kind of thinking like, damn, it might be like over with as far as like people knowing me and people knowing that I rap and people wanting to hear my music. I just thought I was like, damn, this might be like a little thing where it's a phase.
Yeah.
And like y'all are just a blessing. Like everybody I know from y'all have like really helped me, and it goes beyond that. And it's cool for y'all to say the same, you know, likewise. Like, oh yes, people I know that, you know, help y'all, vice versa. So it really has been a full circle moment, and it brought us to moments like this right here. So you gotta think about everything, bro.
man.
Like everything is
Yeah,
always
it's a
like
big journey, man.
facts.
It's,
Why we
it's
threw it
crazy.
back.
That
Yeah.
networking, you never
Yeah.
know, bro, who comes across your path that
Yeah.
is going to be coming in hand later down the road. And pause, hold on.
You never know who's gonna be coming in your hand.
it doesn't matter.
You never know who's going to be popping up and, you know, bringing an opportunity to you, or just being a good connection in general.
Yeah.
But it's funny, we did talk about that, about like the social environment of high school, and like when you in high school,
sure.
you dropped a song, you were going to school, and at least like 50 people had probably heard that you dropped a song the next day. If you drop a song now,
They're tapping
how
in.
many people know the next day or that 12-hour period
That's
after you
it.
drop
Yeah.
that know you drop a song?
Your network's
And so it
smaller.
is different. And
Yeah.
going into the different areas, it's funny because I don't know, the high school and the social environment, like, I don't know.
the
Coming
most social.
right out of high school, already being known in multiple other high schools,
Right.
definitely gives you a bit of an advantage with the publicity and stuff. Like if you were only in your high school trying to get like any sort of development or dropping music, it becomes a lot harder right out of high school because the social environment you're not in. Like I said, you're not going to school and 50 people are walking into school already knowing that you dropped yesterday or whatever.
Yeah.
So
There were times.
it's a hard thing
You go
for
ahead.
sure.
I was just gonna say, like, I always tell him, like, it really comes back to like one lunch table, like,
Yeah.
where everything, like, where like dudes got fired up about Breezy rapping, and then I mean Max was dropping and shit, and it was like like I remember
Different.
being at one lunch table. Don, who makes music now,
Yeah.
it's
And
like-
he didn't back then.
yeah, he didn't back then, and it was just like, I mean,
He got voice memos though on his
Yeah.
phone. He's played me some.
But
He
just
was,
like
he
other
was
stuff,
rapping
like,
back
He's
then.
been he just wasn't releasing. Let's put
like
it that
Colby
way.
was, Colby was just always around and funny as hell, and like a good presence. And just he's on the news, dude. Like he's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
where he belongs.
Shout out to Colby. I told him that last
Shout
time.
out
He
Colby,
it's cool.
man.
He
Yeah,
came
and,
through.
and he
Yeah.
pulled up to the
Shout
open
out,
mic.
that's
Hey,
cool.
go peep episode 44, the open mic. You can see the whole thing. You'll even see Colby out in the crowd. That's your weatherman, your newsman, or whatever.
Shout out Colby
side.
Johnson.
Over
That's
in
what
what,
I'm saying.
Harrisonburg
Yeah.
or something?
Nah,
yeah.
Roanoke.
No, he's here now.
Oh, he's in Roanoke
he
now?
moved. He moved to
Oh.
Roanoke.
Hey,
yeah.
shout
got a
out.
job here.
Shout out.
That's crazy. Shout out to
Colby
Colby.
T.
Yeah, he's already
Johnson.
been on the news.
Who
and shit.
made the song? Who made the song?
I
that
remember
was
that.
Colby?
I remember that
Was
song
that
too.
Adam Thompson or was
Yeah,
it Curtis
Colby
or
T.
who made that
Johnson.
shit?
It was
What?
Adam.
OG Colby Johnson.
Yeah.
No, no.
Colby Johnson.
Who was on that song?
Actually, it might have been Dante.
Oh, it was.
Really?
It was. Yeah.
All the way back
Some of
then?
Dante's earliest
Oh,
stuff.
shit. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that was him.
See, I remember
But it was
that
still
song
like that
though.
funny, like you know how Dante toes the line. He's like funny also. So
See,
like
yeah.
he was even doing it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
But-
it all started there. Like it was like that's where I started interviewing people.
Yeah,
Like that's where I got
It's true.
the whole taste for interviewing people on camera. Like it literally all got its start back then in that like really the most social time of your life.
Yeah, facts.
And so like that's kind of where you're supposed to like figure out who you are, and then, you know, it's good for you.
You have more bars because I have something off of that I want to say, but I don't want to cut off the segment if you.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want people to know too that like, you know, when it comes to like people in Roanoke, like especially like, you know, people just us sitting here simply doing this, and like people who rap and stuff like that, there's a history behind, you know, just how everything came together. That's what I was kind of getting at. I feel like a lot of people get into the scene and think like this is new and think this is like this is something that nobody's ever done before or whatever. There's been shit going on, and I just hate when people carry that attitude. I don't mean to, you know, I don't even like
No.
I just hate when people carry
point.
that attitude where it's just like, oh yeah, we doing shit that's never been done before. There's been a lot of stuff going on for a long time, so this is just a reminder. Always in whatever you do, you have to do your homework, and you have to respect respect your elders. Just like kind of like you know, look to see like what the history was and like what was going on before you. Just cause like you start doing something doesn't mean that like, oh yeah, it's up and brand new or whatever. Like I had to learn that too. I started recording my first songs back in probably like 2010, 2011. That's when I first started recording. And even then I knew there were people in the city, you know, who had done this before. Yeah. They had recorded before. So I had to take notes from other people. I had to kind of see like how stuff was done, how stuff maneuvered around here. So that is one thing that I don't like about, you know, certain artists and stuff like that. They jump into the game and they think like, oh, this has never been done before. It's been a lot going on or whatever. So just show respect to what's been done. I don't mean to sound like an old head when I say that, but you know, I don't know, man.
I think that's a good point.
There's a lack of respect for sure for like what came before and now, because we live so in this fucking moment of like the 5 minute of fame and stuff. And so I feel like there is a lack of respect for, I mean, the legends per se and the developers, the founding fathers of the styles and the genre and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think
we're talking hip hop specifically,
like,
but any genre, music in general, we don't pay enough respect to the people that came before us for sure.
I mean, broadly,
kids born in the 2000s and onward, they don't even know who like Motown is or whatever, or like Marvin Gaye is and shit. They haven't even heard like a record like that or anything before.
And it's only going to be beneficial for your own career and whatever your craft is, like just doing your homework on stuff, and it's going to like make you better in the end. But
it is, yeah.
But that's just a personal thing that I have issues with. I feel like people start, they just like, oh yeah, this ain't never been done before. It's just like, all right, so.
Well, I think there's always been a feeling in Roanoke that's like, because we're a smaller market, that people want to like jump into the scene and be like, all right, like, you know.
Humble yourself.
I'm the first person doing this. Like,
pump the brakes, because a lot of y'all dudes, y'all end up getting disappointed when stuff doesn't go your way or whatever. Like I'm gonna get into it. A lot of y'all dudes or whatever, y'all be thinking like, I gotta be the star. You're not gonna be the star all the time. It's cool to have that confidence and be competitive and you know, be the star in your own right, but you're not always gonna have the spotlight too. I feel like a lot of dudes end up like getting mad and going online and saying this and that. I'm the best in the city and I do this and that. But bro, like, what'd you say earlier? You were at fishing. What was the reference you said?
It's just a big fucking sea out here. There's
big
many
sea,
fish.
bro. Like whatever you said, like
many
just
fish out
many
here.
fish out here. Like so,
a lot of big fish.
All of them catch a little ray of
big.
sunshine through the water sometimes.
Yeah, like
drifts off another place.
And look, I need to take some of this medicine because I've been calling myself the best late night host in Roanoke. I mean, I'm the only late night host in Roanoke, but
so therefore
he's right. I need to not quite be as braggadocious.
No, you can be braggadocious in your own right. Like, cool, have confidence in yourself, but like, it's just like kind of like ignorant to just get on and just like, nobody's ever done what I'm doing. It's like, all right,
to isolate.
Yeah, like, just pump the brakes, bro. Like,
because you would be just as happy as if say Ty or me or whoever got on, just as I would be happy. Like, it doesn't have to. Like, you would want it to be you, right? But if it wasn't, you would still be happy. I feel like there are other people that wouldn't even be happy for the next man. I'd be like, if someone from Roanoke got on, I would support.
That's it.
Like crazy.
I'd be at the festivals, you know.
Yeah, because I'm like, that is the home
saying
team.
That's Roanoke right there. Like that's what we all.
That's how I feel about it.
It's fucking dude. I just watched this series on Netflix called The 3 Body Problem, but they got this thing. It's like if one of us survives, we all survive.
That's
like if
one
of us
goes,
though.
It's like
we
I've
all
seen
go
it.
like that because that's Roanoke, you know. Like so that's why we do anything. That's why we do this. That's why you do something like this.
Yeah, that's just not how the world is set up.
If we can be a springboard for one fucking person, like you know, I don't care if I get a cent. I don't care if my whole involvement was a couple of clips. Like if we get to be a little bit of a springboard for somebody that's got that bigger future, then like that's all it was ever for.
Yeah.
People have lost that mentality. Like, I think like
it died with like the 90s and 2000s.
It used to be to where like it was cool to like kind of like move in unison or whatever, but like I just feel like nowadays people are just so quick to like have a reason as to like why somebody shouldn't be in this position or why somebody shouldn't, you know, have this spotlight, or oh, people like them, I don't know why people like them. I just think that's an ugly mindset, and I feel like society has like adopted that a lot, like just having a reason to hate on somebody all the time. So I really speak to just the overall city too. I just feel like there's a lot of people here who are like, oh well, I'm not going to support this person because of whatever and this and that or whatever. Like, bro, like it's going to help everybody at the end of the day. Like you can't always be focused on like the crumb of stuff. You got to look at the full picture. Like you don't know like what one person's success could like do for like this person. It could help this person, and you know this person might. Everything is a tell a name game. Like everything is like about connections and stuff. So
That's exactly right.
That's just my. Something else I'm gonna say.
You could eat too just by supporting. You can eat.
You could eat, bro. Like
there's enough space.
Right,
Trust me.
Right. There's plenty for everybody.
If you're dope enough, there's enough space.
There's plenty for everybody. Yeah.
And that's how just like social media and everything works. Everybody's looking for the next thing anyway. So if this person does good, somebody might be saying, "Oh, well, you know, who do they know? Or like, what's going on? Boom, 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 boom." Like,
right. We're not crabs in a bucket here. We don't have to kill each other to get to.
Man.
But we'll do it. You know what I mean? And that's what I really do like about this like community. You know, because even just from again, like it's just like a nice symmetrical number in my mind. But like 40 episodes ago, like we were just breaking into this community that I was. And meeting people like through you and through Ty, you know, and just getting to meet people. And then 40 episodes later, now like having a much different sense of how big the music community is here and how many more people I have to meet. Like, it's just, I encourage people to like take that step to like really look into it and see, because it's incredible. It's a network of really awesome people that a lot of whom are very selflessly still pursuing this, you know, or still pursuing ways to get people more opportunities. And it's just incredible. Like the whole reason that any of it even exists is people like ZPO and people like Tie-Dye and people like some of the people that we've had on that keep fucking doing this shit, you know? They keep doing it.
And just think of like all the connections you can make from just like, you know, stepping in here or whatever. So if you're somebody, you know, you're just kind of getting into music, you're kind of getting into like the, you know, overall swing of things, like you can get so many things done just within stepping in here. Oh, I'm on a podcast now. This is a good opportunity for me to let people know who I am. Oh, this is Wiz Breezy. Like, oh, he's dope. He make music. I can, you know, get with him and make a song. Oh, damn, this is Clean Studios. I can record here. I can, you know, come to him for services and stuff. And like, oh, this is Will. He's been, you know, managing all the technicalities with everything. He can shoot some pictures. You can make so many connections from here. But if you're a hater, if you're a bitch ass nigga, then like you're not gonna be able to utilize any of that. I'm just being honest. Like this is the real deal. Like if you want to be a bitch about it, you want to be a hater, and you want to think like you better than everybody, then like you're not gonna.
Right.
You're not doing any
Is
good
there
for
someone
anybody.
specific that you're thinking of? You can whisper. You don't have to say it in the microphone.
Right. We'll get you to write it down.
I'm just wondering.
There's a couple of folks or whatever. I just feel like there have been people or whatever who
If you feel sick to your stomach listening right now, it's you.
I feel like there are a number of people.
Why do I feel uneasy?
There are a number of people I can think of in my mind who should like, you know, probably like be like, you know, in this similar position, and people who should like still be active and stuff like that, but like they're just not, because they felt like if they weren't the star, then it didn't matter. And it's not always about being the star. Right. Sometimes you got to work with people. Sometimes you got to meet people.
Hey, your first tour that you ever go on, you are not going to be the star. Let me tell you that right now. You're going to be an opening artist, and no one's going to listen to your fucking set. Half the venue ain't even going to be full. I'm telling you that right now.
Collaboration is key. I feel like did we talk about this recently? How you have to be, it was me and somebody, you have to be able to collaborate.
Yeah.
If you can't collaborate, then you will, like, ultimately,
unless
as an artist,
you are the
fail.
most talented person in a fucking 300-mile radius,
and
you are not going to attract people. If you are truly like that talented and that superior, people will just watch you because you are that. But that is not the case for 99% of us.
But it still wouldn't even be easy at that point, because like he was saying, it's like maybe your fans listen to you, but to work with you, it's like maybe there are guys that are behind the scenes producers like Will that they're like, I can't work with this fucker.
Yeah,
or I can't.
Facts.
Biscuits and Gravy, we can't have him on. Like he's just too combative. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it'll get crazy. You see what you started,
bro. I'm just like you just never know like what I don't know. I don't think it's like very smart to walk into a situation and just automatically think like you know you're the best or whatever, because I don't know, you're gonna get humbled really quickly, and
confidence and cockiness is different.
Yeah, like it's a fine line, and you know, like I said, I'm all about, you know, being competitive and, you know, wanting to you know, be at your best and stuff, but I think people take it too far and people end up like creating a disadvantage for themselves, unfortunately. And we've seen the proof. I've seen the proof many times. So that's why I'm able to sit here and like talk about it, because it's literally dudes that like I have like hit up in the city or whatever to like work with, or like, you know, I've told them like, yo, you dope or whatever, we should do this and that, da 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 da. And like, I don't know, dudes want to try to like big dog me, or try to act like, oh nah, like I ain't, like you ain't good enough to get on a song with me, or like, well, I don't know, just whatever the reason is, and that's a horrible attitude.
I wouldn't even take that shit personally, bro. Like, if someone don't want to work with you after like seeing everything that you've done and like how long you've been like in the game and everything, I would just say fuck them. Like they don't know. It's a lack of like understanding and knowledge and recognition and stuff, in my opinion. Damn. So. Yeah. I don't know, bro.
And that's not to say like, oh yeah, I've done everything here, because there's still you know, more I need to learn. There's still more that like I need to do and more I need to accomplish and stuff. But I don't know. I just think it's ignorant to. I know I can rap. You feel me? Like I know I can rap. You know, I've been able to do things that have taken me to, you know, big stages and stuff, and, you know, gotten proper recognition or whatever. So, and I would say that for many people. I wouldn't say that just about me. So. I don't know. I just think people need to come into the game with a better attitude. If not, then you just need to.
No, I think it's similar to like, so like Clean does the Muay Thai fighting, but like in the fighting world, like if you come in with that false bravado, like it's a place where you're gonna get humbled very quickly, and it's like you get humbled hard, you know.
It's true.
And it's like a place where you're constantly humbled, and it's good for you to humble yourself and to put yourself in situations to be humble, because like. You know, humility is it's not something that you can fake, you know, like being a real humble person, like it's not something that you can just show up and do. It's one of those things that contributes to that feeling we were talking about earlier of not being genuine, you know, when you're watching someone, it's like a lack of humility is glaring. And it also like it hurts you behind the scenes too, like you know, because it's not all just the music. It's a lot of it is relationships and building relationships, and like that's, you know, if you're not able to network, like if you come across as an asshole, or if you want to like,
that's what I'm saying,
put on some kind of airs because like, you know, you don't think you owe respect to people, like you don't, people aren't owed respect, but like at least give them a chance to earn it, you know, like don't come to people with like shitty attitude. It's it's like it's all an attitude thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, why would you have a bad attitude when we all are blessed to create and
bro, like
exist?
It's a blessing to do this, and like it's a blessing to you know, people even have the opportunity to, you know, come through over here and perform or whatever. And like a lot of people who have performed over here, it's been their first time ever performing. So like, you know,
a multitude of people have had their first
exactly.
performance down
So
here.
Like this could be something that like changes like your whole career, like gives you like a different perspective. So to be somebody who says like, oh no, I ain't gonna be around, you know, other rappers and stuff, oh, that's just you're just. Like I said, creating a disadvantage for yourself.
You missing out for real,
bro,
especially with like, okay, if anyone goes and watches our open mic episode, like I think it's a fairly well put together like production. Like the camera quality is great between Cole and Will, and freaking the whole thing is, I feel like it looks good, and it represents the performances pretty well to the best that we could have done at that time and stuff. And so those little clips and snippets and stuff, you never know if that type shit of you doing a live performance in front of a bunch of people is something that's actually gonna pop off for you and stuff. And so
and I've been able to learn about like a lot of other artists and stuff like Shout out to the artist. Shout out to the
Crowd love
540.
that. Crowd fucking love that shit.
Clean had a great take.
Crowd let us know on that one.
I've been able to learn about other people here and been able to, work with other people just from coming here and building those connections. So, and I know other people, I think about like NB Don and like Trey the Stunner, I feel like they got good chemistry and they like working with each other just based off what I see. You just never know.
They have a similar rapping style as well. I know they have different cadences, but how they approach is very similar. So I think that's what makes them mesh together. I mean, they have maybe done 9 features in the past 6 months.
Exactly,
together.
bro. It started all in here. It could all start in here.
That's it.
It's true.
That's it.
They're not the only ones that have done collaboration projects down here as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a collaborative space. It's like the same energy that got me wanting to do this. It's people really do need to come check it out if you've never been down here. If this is your thing, music or audio or visual media, whatever you do, this is a really cool place to come and.
Don't be a hater. Get your head out your ass.
Get your head out of your ass, man. Hit this guy up for a feature. Hit this guy up for a feature. Hit this guy up for a feature. But make sure that you're coming into it with that energy of collaboration and of mutual respect, because that is the best way to start any relationship.
I appreciate y'all for letting me get that off. I told him earlier I had some shit I needed to say.
So that's it. This is a play. Yeah. If anything, we're a vessel for you to speak.
You.
Because I mean, it's we've built a stage here, and we want people to come and speak their truth and communicate with this community that we're trying to build. And that's it comes with saying hard things too, along with giving out our flowers, which ZPO loves to say. Is give the flowers out, but also give that respect too.
Yeah, give them now, because I don't want somebody to I'm gonna die. Everybody gonna die one day, so you might as well just tell somebody now or whatever. I mean, that's true. You see, a lot of rappers die, and that's when people want to say, "Oh yeah, they were the best." You weren't posting their music and saying that, when they were alive, though. So
That's it.
That's just food for thought for just general life. So
that's it.
I was gonna say y'all were kind of plugging Clean Studios a little bit right there and just encouraging people to come on, but I want to just kind of add to that and say, I don't know. Specifically, you've kind of hinted at maybe some people, some naysayers or something, or some haters or whatever. So I just wanted to address that. Is Clean Studios, we just live in life, bro. And we're just, whatever falls on our plate is what we're taking on. And that's what we're doing. And so if there's something that you want to do, that's what we want to try and help any way that we can. We're big dreamers down here, and the meaning of life and everything is to grow and to learn, and we'll learn by getting involved with shit that maybe scares us, or maybe that is not that comfortable at first. So if you hating, it's probably because you are just you're not hip and you haven't come down here and you haven't experienced a night or an event down here in Clean Studios. We are a solid place. Hey, we're gonna talk about this off cam, so I'm gonna have different feelings. But right now, you get my genuine message. It's come through, because maybe you're just not familiar, and maybe you haven't had a conversation with anyone down here or with me or anything. So
that's it.
Yeah, we're here to make art, and we're here to do something to make moments, and we trying our hardest. So
that's it. Good stuff to close on. I got one more closing question for you, and then we will get out of here. We'll give the people one more song. But I have one more closing question for you. So one of your other albums is called "Pressure is a Privilege," which is one of my favorite personal mantras.
Wow.
I wonder if you'd talk to me about what that means to you. Pressure is a privilege, because that's something that I kind of say to myself.
Bro, during that time, recording that project, I felt like, he already knows, I felt like I had so much pressure in my life to do certain things, or be a certain way, or I felt like I wasn't living, it's hard to explain. I felt like I was living life based off more pressure around me versus what I felt like I needed to do. And yeah, I did make decisions on what I felt like was best for me or whatever, but literally I recorded all those songs during a time where like I just felt like so like confused about life, and I just didn't know like what I needed to do, or like how I needed to feel about stuff. I feel like that project is kind of slept on, now that you bring it up or whatever. I listened to it the other day. I try not to I revisit my music and stuff, but like I'm the type of whatever, like if I like revisit my music a lot, I start to find things wrong with it versus like genuinely enjoying it. So but listening to it overall, like I felt like it had a great message too, or whatever. But yeah, that was just it was just the pressure is a privilege because it does bring you to it helps you upgrade, it helps you progress. Sometimes you do have to like have hard conversations, and you do have to hear hard things, and you got to go through hard things when it comes to relationships. When it comes to just your friends and your family and stuff. And that was a time where like I struggled with every component of my life, just trying to figure out what I needed to do. That album and just that time of my life really taught me that like I was kind of like doing more. I was kind of living more for like what other people wanted expected out of me versus like what I expected for myself. I'm really thankful for that that era and that pressure is a privilege mindset, because it brought me to another level. So yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does. I that's why I wanted to ask about it, because it's something that I try to say to myself, like genuinely. A lot of times you can feel like, oh, woe is me, like, oh, this is so difficult, like, or oh, these things are so hard, or when the lights start to get brighter, and like the stage gets bigger, it's like, like the nerves start to kick in, and you're like, like fuck, like why am I doing this? And really, it's like, when a lot of times when you feel the pressure is the hardest, like you are privileged to be in a position where there's pressure even on you.
Yeah.
There's so many people who just live a frictionless existence. We made it so easy, and it's like, a little bit of pressure is what is going to make or break your character.
Yeah, and I think like I had a hard time kind of distinguishing like, or like, is this how I'm really supposed to feel, or like people getting on me, or like am I tripping? Like I don't know. It was just like a whole like whirlwind of emotions, like trying to figure out just during that time or whatever. That's why I had named that project that, because I just felt like, this shit sucks, and like, sometimes like you gonna feel a type of way about stuff, but like it is a privilege though, because what I learned recently is like you can't always be in a good mood. You can't always like feel good about life or whatever. If you always feel good about life, then like you're not gonna know like what it truly means to feel good. You have to go through like tribulations, and you have to go through certain struggles and stuff like that. So, and when you go through those times, then you're able to realize like what you really need and what's really good for you, and like what your life really needs. So yeah,
that's it.
Feeling good is relief.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You can't feel good all the time.
When you have relief from something, that's when it feels good.
And you'll feel the best after a hard day's work.
Damn right.
Yeah.
You'll feel the most relieved after a hard day's work.
I love that, bro. I love that saying or that quote. Pressure is a privilege.
It came out of nowhere too,
bro.
Yeah, I didn't even know what I was gonna name that project at the time. Then I just thought about like everything going on in my life, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look back at this and I'm gonna realize like it helped me, and like that's why I'm able to sit here now and say like, oh yeah, that was a good time. That helped me progress as a man. So
and that's why you make the fucking music and
that's
stuff.
It.
Not
that's
for
it.
that 5-minute blow up, but because it's dude, we all on that journey, all on that life or whatever. And as artists, that's why you started making music, because you heard someone else's music and it sparked something in you that made you feel good, and you wanted to make yourself feel that good off your own inspiration and your own just your own life or whatever, that reality hitting and stuff.
That made me think. That was a good question. I like that question.
Yeah.
No,
shout out shout out, because I mean, right about that time, I think it was 2021 or whatever, I was actually living in Bill's house. Shout out Bill. And he had a little whiteboard at the top of the stairs when you get up into his house, and I wrote "Pressure is a privilege" right there. And it's just like, that's my favorite message to just kind of like start out with, because really, like, if you're not finding yourself in these scenarios where the pressure is intensely high, like where you're nervous but not afraid, like nervous in the way that you recognize the moment, but not afraid in the way that it's limiting you. But you just kind of like, when you're in those moments, it's really easy to just be like absorbed in it, but it's great to just see it as a blessing, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the message I wanted to end on, and that's I'm glad that you spoke on that, because it's a blessing. It is a blessing. You know, all the hard steps it takes to get to where you want to be are gonna be blessings. They'll be hard, they'll be uncomfortable, but they will be. In the end, they will be blessings.
Yeah.
It's all an incredible blessing. And yeah,
That's perfect. I love
that's it. That's what we'll close on there. Yeah, guys. I mean, shit. 40 episodes. We've grown a lot since the last time ZP was here.
Yeah,
we
facts.
appreciate you for being a
I
part
appreciate y'all.
of this whole thing. I mean, behind the scenes, ZPO is one of the most supportive people just in the world, and we are eternally grateful to him and the network that he's exposed us to, and the support that he's given us, and really the inspiration too. Like ZPO is somebody that I look to in terms of creating, that just continues to show up. Like and you know, looking at the dates of like everything, like it is, you know, there are people that talk the talk, and there are people that walk the walk, and then there are people that walk the walk for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
And this guy's on that journey. So just, you know, listen to the fucking music.
Support the people who support you too. A lot of y'all are dick riders out here. Stop dick riding people who don't even care about you like
That's
that. Like,
it. That's it.
I peep everything, y'all. Like, I'm a veteran out here. Like, I really see what's going on. Y'all try to, I'm gonna get ignorant one more time. Y'all try to, you know, dick ride and show love to people and stuff who don't even care about y'all. Even, you know, I see people saying, well, happy birthday to celebrities. Why are you telling Lil Durk happy birthday, bro? Like, he don't know you, bro. Like, support tell your mom happy birthday, my nigga. Like, tell your homeboy happy birthday. Tell your brother happy birthday. Why are you telling Lil Durk happy birthday, bro? Like,
I didn't realize we started the Evil Breezy
bro,
segment.
like, that's what I'm saying. Support the people who support you, bro. Like, that's just what it is. I peep it. I see y'all. I see it.
That's it. Oh yeah, we got one more thing we gotta do before we go. Speaking of supporting people, we're gonna support somebody that definitely supported us on our journey.
I forgot myself.
Yeah, what do you think, Bri? What's your opinion on Dan and the Fam? So safe to consume.
Safe to consume, they say.
Yeah, what has this done for you?
Dude, man, it's changed my life completely. It's changed me from being one of the people ZP was talking about to be a normal, functioning, supportive, humble human being, and it has changed me.
Yeah, it cured my jock itch. So taking us all in a positive direction.
So it does a little bit of everything. You know?
It does a little bit of everything.
It takes the bitch out of you.
Yep, and we're gonna use it to dye Clean's hair later, and maybe put something offensive in there that he can't see. It's on the top of his head. But yeah, that's
and that's the bit.
Shout out
Alex Bond.
Shout out Alex Bond.
Shout out to Alex.
Shout out Alex Bond. You want to talk about Roanoke Rap? Alex Bond
in the archives.
Alex Bond had a mixtape that
physical
that
media
I hadn't thought about in years that I absolutely played the shit out of. So Alex, if you're watching this clip, I thank you for making that mixtape. And thank everybody that's part of this community, man. We really appreciate everybody that listens, everybody that spins the music, that shows up to the shows, or even just anybody that presses like. We love you and we appreciate you. And yeah, we got one more song from ZPO, but this is gonna be a long one. But you know what? Damn it, I will never cut ZPO off, especially when he's talking that good shit. So hey, if you feel singled out by this episode, and you feel like, I don't know, hurling some hate at us, maybe do a little bit of self-evaluation first, okay? And that's all I'll say. But you know what we always say down here in Clean Studios? Find somebody you love, tell them that you love them, and for God's sakes, don't be a fucking prick. And we are out.
That's it. BNG faithful, I've been happier. When we started this, we had 3 ZPO songs to go through. We're down to the very, very, very last one. And let me tell you, this one right here is a killer. It's got some WWE inspiration to it. We're talking about the title of the song. We're talking about the attitude, the very embodiment of what it's like to be Mr. ZPO. But I'm not going to introduce this. I know you think I am. There's only one man that could really introduce this. So let's see what he's got to say.
Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry. You're from the Real Motherfucker Hall of Fame? And you want to know ZPO's jacket size? I don't know off the top of my head, but he's about to perform. Let me call you right back. Because it is my absolute pleasure to introduce one of the realest motherfuckers in the Roanoke Rap game. Now, when you've been doing this thing as long as he has, they don't call you OG. They call you ZP. And this guy right here, his name echoes through the halls of the Roanoke Rap Hall of Fame and through the history of Roanoke Rap. And honestly, consider yourself lucky that you found yourself in a place, in a time, where you get to hear the sweet sounds and the incredible rhymes produced by such a young man. So I'll quit talking, and I'll get my fat ass out of the way. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is Phenom by ZPO. Enjoy.
Let's go. Hey, 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 hey. It's ZP on BNG for real. It's ZP. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Out the casket like the Phenom, I'm back from the dead. Lightning strike, but you gon' feel it when that thunder hit. Different type of hunger, don't think that you can stomach it. Bada ba ba ba, told her that I'm loving it. I'm on that way right now, they mad cause they done called it late. I'ma run that route and get that score, Jamar Chase. And I posted up with my cup full like Kurt Cobain's. I just had the ball for real, I feel like Lou Dang. Yeah, that word of mouth like, oh nah nah, what's your name? When I retire, they gon' put me in the Hall of Fame. Better hang my jersey up, my status been on legendary. A lot of things they talk about, I really find unnecessary. Bluff on what you brag about and talking like your money up. Really cranking out that chicken like my egg sunny up. I really talk so crazy cause you know they got me fired up. How could they hate me when I'm the one who inspired them? I don't put it past a man, it's cool if they bury my name. It just mean I'm doing something that's worth a complaint. I've been risking it a long time cause I can't play it safe. And I don't even want your praise if I can't get a thanks. I'm still wildin' out for real, but I just keep it at the crib. They gon' be surprised when they see just how I really live. Never been the same, my reputation kinda dirty too. Yeah, he had a lot to say, but I ain't never heard of you. Wipe me down like Boozy, bout that wop on my fetty shit. I fell out with niggas when they started all that pettiness. He used to be my dog, he was sneaking all over the net. Last time I checked, you got my number if you feel like that, nigga. Out the casket like the Phenom, I'm back from the dead. Lightning strike, but you gon' feel it when that thunder hit. Different type of hunger, don't think that you can stomach it. Bada ba ba ba, I told her that I'm loving it, nigga. Never been the same. My reputation kinda dirty too. Yeah, he had a lot to say, but I ain't never heard of you.
Yes, sir. Make some noise. Bada ba ba ba. I'm loving that shit. I am loving it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an excellent episode. Make sure you're checking out Biscuits and Gravy merch brought to you by our friends at King Screen. Make sure you're smoking Biscuits and Gravy cannabis brought to you by our friends at Castle Black. But most importantly, make sure you are spinning incredibly dope local music brought to you by our good friend, Mr. ZPO. And that is Words I Never Said, available now on all streaming platforms. Guys, just listen to it. It's fucking incredible. And you know what? Be safe. Have a good night. We love you.
This is a clean production.